What is going on this fine Sunday evening? Hope everybody's doing good. We decided to bring out Masterson's wireless wash and see if Greg will actually show up. I haven't heard from Greg in a couple weeks now because I know he's been getting ready for SEMO, but figure we go ahead and shout out to Greg tonight because I love Greg's wireless wash. It is absolutely stellar, and I want to give him props for this because it is some of the best wireless wash I've ever used. It is so stinking good. So I hope everybody is having a great weekend. I was supposed to get some stuff done this weekend, but I got to tell you right off the bat, I've been lazy. We've had two really big games lately, and I've been staying up all night long, so I'm having to sleep in the day. As you guys know, the Call of Duty's out, so I've been playing Blackout like nonstop, and then, of course, this week came Red Dead 2. So I've been staying up pretty late at night and haven't been getting some stuff done. But don't you worry, I was supposed to be going on vacation this week. They asked me if I could bump it back one more week, so I was like, sure, you know, I'll take care of you guys, but that will give me 2 weeks of vacation in a row. So I have literally so much vacation time coming up. It's going to be crazy. I am taking off not Thanksgiving, but Happy Halloween for with to go trick-or-treating with my son on Wednesday. I do take that option day, but yeah, I'm going to have a lot of vacation time coming up. So, and it's so cool outside. Like, oh my God, I actually have the garage door shut right now, because it is only like 60-something degrees, like 69, 70 degrees here. The temperature's dropping. Last night was 56 degrees here in Central Florida. The temperature is dropping like crazy. Perfect car cleaning weather for me now. I don't have to worry about it. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys liked yesterday's video where I went ahead and mixed up all the soaps together. That was the #1 comment of the most liked and thumbs up comments. So of course, I listened to you guys out there, and I made it. Hopefully, you guys really did like it. I know it doesn't have tons of views on it, but you know what? For the guys who did view it, it seems like it went over pretty good. So thanks so much for watching. Of course, I really do appreciate that. And anytime you ever recommend anything and I can make it happen for you, I'll gladly make it happen for you and try out those products for you. So that's my game plan right there. It's just to kind of keep reading the comments and then do the things you ask for. There's a lot of other things you want me to try in the foam cannon. I'll definitely get to it this week. We're going to do a straight black magic in the foam cannon and see if it's worth the crap or it's still just a garbage. So we'll let you know here in future. I actually plan to try some other stuff. Like I said, I've been just a bum. Like, I've been gaming my head off. Literally, sometimes I see the sun come up in the morning. I'm still playing video games. I'm like, okay, time to go to bed. So that's what's got me all screwed up. My time schedule is jacked up. So when I do wake up, it's like 3 o'clock, and I'm like, oh my God, it's already starting to get dark here. Or not dark, but a little bit cloudy and shady, and I just haven't been able to make any videos just because I've been lazy. I'm not going to lie. I'll tell you right up how it goes. So I hope everybody had a great time. Let's see what everybody's saying. Would you ever try ceramic spray like McKee's? I would definitely try it. As a matter of fact, Masterson's actually has his own ceramic spray. I don't know. He said he was going to send me one, but it never happened, so we'll see. Chad the Mad Science says, yeah, Matt, we're having a great time. You know, one of the things I try and do is just have fun on the channel. I'm not here to try and be Mr. Pro. I'm going to teach you everything. There's a lot of great pros out there. I'll never be that guy. I don't care to be that guy. I just want to honestly have fun on my channel. So if I don't get a million videos out for you a week and we get to do stuff like that where we just be a mad scientist, that to me is a lot more fun and interesting than worrying about how, oh, did you see this? There's a little water spot here. Let's go ahead and show you how to get out of the water spot. You know, those videos and having to crank them out nonstop and be too serious. I just enjoy doing YouTube as a fun hobby. And that's all I ever want to do it is. So it's been a blast getting to try this stuff. And I listen to you guys, and then you guys give me these great suggestions. And then I follow through and hook you up with it. So that's what I enjoy doing, and I'm so blessed to have a great channel like this. Amazing product for the protection. Use it a lot for my shop. It's a spray. What did you write, Cajun? Sorry if I didn't see it. Protect All from Walmart RV section. Interesting. What's the best wheel brush? Wheel brushes I recommend are, a lot of companies now are starting to copy it, but I have the Daytona Speed Brush. It's sold by AutoGeek. It's like $25 for it, something like that. But honestly, almost every single company is now selling them. I know Masterson sells them. I know Limitless Car Care sells them. I think Wax God sells them. Obviously, you get stuff like Chemical Guys. They sell them and stuff. Just go get them. Just make sure it has a nice little rubber tip on the end so you're not going to scrape them and there are those really soft bristles, really, really soft. That's all I ask. You know, like, there's no reason for you to spend a lot of money. Find something that works for you. Hell, go on Amazon and see if there's a wheel brush that's like that, because I'm sure the Chinese people are straight up copying them and ripping them off like normal. So that might be a good place for you to try and find one. Do you like the Masters of Marbles? Oh, dude, I love it. I will tell you, it is probably my #1 choice for wash and shine is actually Masterson's. And that's just not BS because Masterson hooked me up with it. After trying so many of them, you know, it's just so much thicker than the rest of them. It's not like watered down. Hopefully you guys can see that in there. It's not watered down by any means. And it's super, super slick. It's, oh my God, slick. You can actually put it between your fingers. And it's really slick. And to me, you know, trying out a product like that, you kind of get a little bit worried, am I going to drag this dirt through and stuff? When we get a nice lubricity and stuff in there, it's going to trap that, so you can easily wipe it down without having to worry about scraping it. That was always my biggest concern using a waterless wash. that I wanted enough lubrication down there so it's going to trap that dirt and encapsulate it. And that way, when you wipe it off, it's not going to drag into your paint, you know. And that was one of the things that I've always personally worried about. As just an amateur guy, just doing it on his own, I was always like, man, I hope I'm not going to drag it through. Because you guys know the Armor All wipes that I dogged to hell and back. That was terrible. It just drug it and buried it right in the paint, and that's why it caused so many bad swirls. And that's why I recommend I never do it. Will Overkill. Dodgers are playing week this season. I have no idea. How's Prelude? Which Prelude? The blue one's out there. It's just doing fine. The white one, I literally was just talking to the mechanic just right before I went to the live stream. He says he thinks there's an alternator issue. He's waiting to see what's going on with it, and he thinks there's something wrong with the number 2, whatever. He thinks one of the injectors is clogged, and he's going to go ahead and replace that if it's bad. But he said everything else is running good. He showed me a whole video. The white car is back to normal, running straight up again. My wife told me, she's like, I told her I was going to go ahead and sell the white car off once I got back, and she's like, no, you can't sell it. She's like, I was like, why? She's like, I need an automatic car to drive, and of course that car is automatic. And I was like, okay. And so I said, well, then if we're going to get it back, then I'm going to take it to like a Mako and do a $1,500 paint job on it because it looks pretty trashy and I really would like to get it cleaned up. It has no rust or anything on it, but just the paint's all flaking off and stuff. It's so old that I really want to just clean it up, make it look a lot prettier. You know what I mean? So she's like, that's totally fine. So that's where we're at with the white car right now. Any advice on cleaning exhaust tips? All you got to do on that one right there is just make sure you actually clean it with a sponge, stuff like that. Just really get it cleaned up in there first. Then you want to come back with a good metal polish. Now, I've used metal polishes from Meguiar's, mind blank here. I've used them from Mother's. I really like Mother's. I love Eagle one. There's a few others that I've tried that are really good, but honestly, Mother's one is just really good. Let me see if I can find it for you real quick, and I'll show you. You guys know what it is. It comes with a little tub like this. If I can easily find it, I'll show it to you, but bear with me because I'm looking around and I do not see it anywhere. Again, I have way too many products here, so bear with me here. But I just can't find it for the life of me right now. I don't know where I put it, but I'll tell you right now, that's all you really got to do. Just make sure it's clean. Then you want to come back with a metal polish and just wipe it around in there. And maybe if it's really, really bad exhaust stains, you might want to come back 2 or 3 times with it, but it literally will break it all up and make it shine like new again. It is absolutely easy. I think the Mother's metal polish is like $5. So there's no reason for you to spend tons of money on it, and you'll get really good results from it. Trust me, I used it all the time. Most of the VTL videos I see are high-end and low BMWs only. Yeah, you know what? There's a lot of great YouTubers out there, and I'm not trying to battle with any of them. I'm not trying to beat any of them. I just know there's a lot of amazing ones out there. I don't personally watch them, but I would try and do this for fun. And, you know, I get to do it the way I want to do it, when I want to do it. I do try and concentrate on the regular over-the-counter stuff, and then later on in the year, I do try some of the online company stuff. And I work from there, so we'll see. I do have a new company with a foam cannon. He said he's going to send me one for testing, and he's going to send me another one for free. So I think whenever I get that one in, I'm going to go ahead and do a giveaway on that foam cannon because obviously it'll be an extra one. Because he said, I'll hook you up with the next one for free. And I was like, okay, I'll give it away to my subscribers. So I think that's the plan for that. There's another company sending me some car soap, and I forgot their company. It's a lot of these smaller companies just want to get recognized. And that's the hardest thing, is just getting their name out there. And they contact me and they want me to try the car soap and stuff. And I was like, all right, that's fine. So we'll see. Rob Dyrdek. I think Rob's actually older than I am by like a couple years. I don't know. I think Rob's in his early 40s now. So I think he's older than me by a couple years. Anytime, David, anytime. Protectol is a spray that polishes and protects underneath $10 and things. Okay. We got 50 people watching for real. I didn't even pay attention to that, Jacob. Dude, we got 50 people in here. Thank you so much, y'all, for coming in here. 50 of y'all is just spending the evening with us on a nice Sunday evening here, and it feels great. I mean, I'm feeling great right now, guys. It is so cool outside. I installed a new car seat for my son and my wife's minivan. I was supposed to actually wash her van today, but my son didn't want to go to sleep last night. He was wired out of his mind because he slept so late yesterday. Because I was going to try the Griot's Garage Polygloss on there. I'll show it to you guys so you guys remember which one I'm talking about. So I was going to actually put it on my wife's minivan. That way I can show it to you guys and have a good day. But because I suddenly had to wake up at 3:30 in the morning and watch him until he went to bed at 8 o'clock this morning. I was ready to go to sleep. So I was actually going to try this on my wife's minivan today, and it just didn't work out. So by the time I woke up, it was late in the afternoon, and, you know, in the fall here in Florida, we have a lot of trees in front of our front yard. Well, it blocks the sun, so it kind of looks really cloudy, and it kind of sucks for video quality. Have you ever tried Chemical Guys new car smell? Yes, as a matter of fact, I have it, but it kind of stinks. Feel free to go watch my video review on it. What I compared it to was that new school smell. When you went back to elementary, high school, or whatever when you were a kid, and they just cleaned the entire school. It had the exact same smell to it. It definitely is not a new car smell. A lot of people think it stinks really bad. Just go with that. It smells like literally a cleaning lady at your old high school that had just cleaned up everything, and then you walked in afterwards. That's what it smells like. It does not smell like a new car smell to you. Okay, just giving you a heads up. What's up, Venom? How you doing, buddy? What can I use to shine the motorcycle tires? Don't want to shining. You don't. Here's the thing. As you know, I have 2 motorcycles. I just got my Grom back. I had it fully serviced, chain tight, new oil change and everything. I just picked it up yesterday. And you obviously, as a motorcycle rider, you never want to shine your tires. The best thing I would use, if you think your tires are getting dark or are getting dirty looking, you get this here. I'll show it to you. It's called Mother's Back to Black. Okay. It will make your tires get all rid of that brown, dirty looking stuff to it, and then we will, and then that'll help make it nice, natural black again. But you do not want to put any shine on your thing. So this is what you want to use right here, okay? And hopefully you get it really good. It's called Mother's Back to Black Tire Renew. So it breaks it with that nice brown, dirty look to that really nice, shiny black that it was brand new. Not shiny, but you know what I mean, just a nice, clean black. You do not ever want to put shine on your motorcycle tires because a motorcycle tire, of course, you lean over when you're turning. So, you don't want to have it slick and then your ass is down on the concrete. So that is a good question there. Hopefully that did ask you, help that a little bit. When you use a spray cleaner wax, how does it remove? Does it remove spray cleaner wax? No, it will not. The best thing for you to do is just get, you can be super cheap about it, get some Dawn or Gain dish soap or whatever. If you really, really want to go ahead and strip it, maybe you should look into one of the Turtle Wax or Meguiar's car washes that will actually strip everything. I have it back here. Let me show it to you. Hold on, guys. So you can use this if you really want to strip it. You can go to the highest setting here, and it will actually strip it off. You got to read the directions and figure out how much you need. The Meguiar's one over there, I don't know if you can find the Meguiar's one anymore, but I will show it to you. Came out earlier this year. The Turtle Wax has been out for a couple years. And here's the other one right here for you. This will actually strip your wax as well if you go to the higher setting. So whatever the ounces it is, it will actually strip any of your wax. So make sure you just follow the rules. But these are like $5 car soaps you can pick up at Walmart, and it will completely strip your wax and you won't have any problem. A great way to start out again. Do you like the drill brush that fits on your drill? I have one. My wife bought me one a couple years ago, but I've never actually used it. So I'm sorry. I can't really give you a heads up. Poo Panda here. How you doing, man? We're just having a great evening. We've got over 50 people in here, so big shout out to all you guys. My subscribers are the best by far. You're loyal. You're always here. I always try and take care of you guys. As a matter of fact, I just got an email from Limitless Car Care. They have a special right now on all shipping, $2.99. $2.99, and I think it's 20% off ship or 20% off price. If you have ever wanted to try Limitless Car Care, it's over there right there. It's some of the best car products I've ever used. Now's the time. $2.99. I was like, oh my God, because what I was going to do is I was going to contact him. I was going to contact Wax God, some of these smaller companies that really, take care of my channel, my subscribers, and I was going to buy a whole bunch of crap from them and then give them away on future live streams. That's my plan, is to take care of you guys. And a lot of you guys are shy. Maybe some people think out there that Chad, here he is. He's probably just filling me full of bullshit. That way, maybe he's going to get money off sales, or they're paying him to do this stuff. Not one of these companies has ever sent me money. There is not one company here that sent me any money. I've never gotten paid from them, any of them, but I can tell you there are products out there that are just mind-blowing. And the ones I want to support are those. And a lot of you guys are a little bit scared and timid to buy online. I don't know why, and we're in the 21st century. Everybody buys online. But that way I can maybe give away a couple of things. Like I did the one live stream where I went on there, and Limitless actually hooked me up. The great guy. He actually sent some stuff to my subscriber for free. He took care of you guys. And I want to be able to do that, and that way I can show you how good these products are without you having to spend money. Just a lucky guy, and then the rest of the guys can maybe jump in and buy on their own. White Diamond from Walmart is just what I found. Works fast, metal polish. I've always had great luck with Mothers. Never had any problem with it. Highly recommended. But I've heard a lot of good things about White Diamond for just a cheap metal polish. 2 thumbs up to you if you've tried it and it worked out great. Has anybody used Max Says by Chem? I have, and it's not that good. For a 2-bucket method, it sucks. It sucks with a 2-bucket method, Adam. What's up, Sean? How you doing, buddy? What's up, Alex? How you doing, man? Do you start GTR once a week? No, it just sits in here. It's been sitting in here for 2.5, 3 weeks now. It hasn't been touched. It just sits in here, parks. It doesn't really drive a lot. As a matter of fact, I'm getting more and more serious about buying a Civic Type R, probably sooner than later. And we're talking months down the road, but definitely I'm really, I've been doing, like last night I probably watched 50 different videos on Civic Type Rs. Because now my son's getting bigger, and trying to get him in the back seat of any one of my cars is trying to be a pain in the ass. My wife is also talking about possibly next year having a second child, which would be a nightmare without a 4-door car. So I'm starting to lean more and more towards, man, I'm going to have to buy one of these cars sooner than later. So I'm like, okay, I've got to get this stuff paid off. I've got to get it done. I've got to have GTR paid off so that way I can buy a true 4-door car. So it's really interesting that you brought that up. But yeah, it just sits in here the whole time. I mean, you guys can see it. It just sits in here. Literally, it doesn't move at all. I ride my motorcycles as much as I can. So I just put my new, whatever you call them, the yearly stickers on the back of this one and that one. I completely detailed and cleaned them both. And I put the new stickers on there for the years or whatever on your license plate. And now, I ride them as much as I can. I ride this. I literally just got that back yesterday from the Honda dealership. I had a full service done, and it's ready to be ridden now. I just love riding motorcycles. Do you know any chance how much will a new paint job cost? It's all going to depend what you want, Elaine. I have been quoted anything from around $2,000 for just a basic quality one, all the way up to, if like with the blue Prelude here, having the rust cut out and to be replaced, we're talking like $4,000 to $5,000 for like an epic brand new paint job inside and out with the door jams and everything, $4,000 to $5,000. And I don't mind spending it on the Prelude, but the only thing, the reason I have never spent it, for you guys are always asking, why aren't you going to fix that Prelude? Why are you not doing this and stuff? It's this right here. This is what I owe money on today. I haven't had car payments on that in like 10 years now. I mean, seriously, 10 years I had that thing paid off. And so I am more about paying off what you owe now than worrying about fixing what I have later. The engine-wise is in mint condition. I've already had everything serviced. It's mint condition. Not even an engine light's on in that car. So to me, it's more important than getting this thing paid off. And that's the only thing that's ever held me back from doing anything. Exercise used, lots of suds, smells good. The Dodgers choking hard, no idea. Did anyone see the new grit guard style? Detail guards, wondered how much you like them. I haven't seen them at all. I knew Chemical Guys has their like tornado looking one or cyclone, whatever they call it, but that's all I've seen. Where can I get a custom neon sign like mine? Caesars. I got it from God, what's it called? So it was a guy that came in the Nissan GTR community, and he said I can make custom signs. He was selling just basic ones that said GTR on them, and he said he could also make custom ones. So I contacted him, and he actually put in there something like, I can make it. So I wrote him and I was like, well, this is what I want. He took the time and did everything, and then he sketched it out, sent me a picture. He's like, is this what you like? And I'm like, oh yeah, that would look good. And then we started going through the colors. What colors did I want, and what did I want if I wanted anything writing inside? And I told him what I wanted. He sketched everything out, and he said, this will be your price with shipping. And I said, I think it was like $360 for that shipped. And I was like, done, no questions asked. About 2.5 weeks later, it showed up at my door. I mean, just quality work. One of the light bulbs was broken in there. He had another one shipped out within a week. It was already shipped out, came in there. He said it's a rare thing that they ever break because there's so much foam in the thing box. But he said it does happen once in a while. And, they took care of me. So I can't complain at all. If you want, Caesar, either write me through Facebook, my Facebook page, the Court 79, or go to my Instagram, Court 79, and I will try and get you the guys direct links so that way you can ask him for whatever you want to. I'll be glad to help you out and introduce you to that guy. Would you say that Lyft and Uber make good money? I heard back in the day they did, Aaron, but not so much anymore. As a matter of fact, I took Uber yesterday when I picked up the Grom. My wife was sleeping in, and my son was still asleep, so I got up in the morning, and I just took an Uber over there to the Honda dealer at the motorcycle dealership, and then I came back. That's what I did. But I heard back in the day I used to pay a lot more, but not as much anymore. Heard of the strip smell of Chemical Guys was musky smell. Yes, it is, JC. It smells just like a heavy male cologne. That's all it smells like. I literally have the car soap and I have the actual air freshener. That's all it smells like. It's very heavy male cologne. It does not smell like sweet by any means. Does your Toyota Sienna have the LED daytime running lights? Yes, they're right underneath the front headlight. I don't know if I can really show it to you on the GTR. They're right here, like on the front bottom of it. That's where they actually light up at. So yeah, it does. They definitely do. Because ours is the 2017 Sienna SE. So it's a fully loaded version. It even has a shop vac in the back. It's crazy. It's built-in shop vac. Hey man, what's a go-to wheel cleaner that you recommend? I would either say Eagle 1 A to Z or Mother's. Mother's Ultimate now, their brand new one for 2018. It's really, really good. I love them both. No questions asked, but Eagle 1 A to Z or Mother's. Just use Mother's Speed Clay. It's so much better than normal clay. Dude, the Speed Clay is awesome. The Mother's 2.0 Speed Clay is so easy to use. Everybody's done it. Everybody's fumbled the clay and actually dropped it on the concrete. and you're done after that. You might as well just throw that piece of clay away. Where the new stuff and the newer technology, the synthetic, it lasts longer for one, and two, if you drop it, just go and wash it off underneath the sink and you just keep on going. It's just so much better because it just lets go of those particles, where the clay bar itself, old school ones, literally trap them in there, and they're made to hold stuff. So you might as well throw it away. God knows I've fumbled a couple of clay bars and I've had to throw the stuff away, and I'm sure everybody else has too. So to me, it's go to the new synthetic clay bars. They're so much better. The blessed place to be hanging out with a bunch of cargoes. Thanks so much, Sean, for swinging by. I saw you again in the comments on my channel where I showed the cruise ship stuff. Again, we're going on the Disney Fantasy in a couple of weeks. We're going on yet another cruise. I know it was just one of those last minute sketch things where I have a lot of vacation at work that I'm having to kill before the end of the year. Otherwise, I lose all my vacation. And I was like, okay, well, do you want to go on a cruise? And she's like, yeah, let me ask if I can get it off. So I started doing some price checks. And out of nowhere, one guy said, hey, Disney has a Florida discount rate of $1,100 off. And I'm like, well, how much is that? And he told me, and I'm like, dude, that's like only $600 more than Norwegian or Royal Caribbean. Let's go on Disney again, because Disney is so good. So you're going to see another video on there, Sean. But I appreciate you always checking it out and swinging by. Do you ever wax anymore? I wax. Okay, when I detailed my motorcycle the other day, the green one, you can see how shiny it is right now. When I did that, I actually did use Wax God's wax. I actually use a spray wax and stuff like that. I love Wax God's products. They're really good, really smell good. His products are top notch. So I actually use Wax God's actually on here. You can see literally, I see how much shiny it is. Very, very high-end products. Very good company to deal with. Very nice young man. I've not had any complaints with it. So again, I support the companies who support me. That's why I really want to buy a couple of maybe $50 worth of products and just give them away when I do live streams. So that way I can, I'm supporting them, and I'm also taking care of you guys as my subscribers to really hook you up with stuff that I've tried and I've had great success with, and that maybe you're more timid about trying than I would be. Like, I don't mind going online and spending money. You know me. If I see something, I get a lot of people over here on my online thing saying, Chad, you got this new product out. I'll go on and buy it. I don't really care. But some people maybe aren't financially able to do it. Maybe you guys are more scared about it. You're like, well, Meguiar's is right down the street, or Mother's is at Walmart. Do I really want to order online? And it's a smaller bottle than Meguiar's is a 64-ounce bottle, and I'm like, just give it a shot. And a lot of people truly are nervous about doing it. And so I really want to break the ice and show you how good these products are. Have you ever tried Iron X Remover? I have not, but the funny thing is that Meguiar's Ultimate is a type of iron remover, and it will basically work the same. I've seen a lot of people actually use it directly on their paint, and they will remove the iron. It's really, really cool. I just kicked my son's truck that he left out here. My son comes and plays out here with me and then just leaves his toys. So what I'm talking about is this product right here. In case anybody is not been to Walmart in the last 6 months to a year, this is the new Ultimate All-Wheel Cleaner. This is my second or third bottle I've owned. They're like $8. It changes colors and everything, which I love the change color thing. I guarantee this was like Dub. I guarantee it. But, they pulled Dub a year ago, so that's what happened. But this is actually a type of iron remover, and a lot of guys out there are actually using it and they're proving it. So maybe you want to try something like that as an iron remover. It's cheap. It's $8 for that big bottle. Hey, man, give it a shot. You know what I mean? What's the worst can happen? Maybe it doesn't do as good as the big higher-end brands. You know what I mean? YouTube channel, starting one, John. Honestly, just get out there and have fun. If you're in it to make money or something like that, dude, it's going to take a long time. The first paycheck I got from YouTube from my things probably took me about 6 months to a year. It takes a while now to get money. They've definitely made it a lot harder to make money. It's harder to get noticed now. Even when I started, people were complaining it was hard to get noticed. And YouTube nowadays, if you're not like a million subscribers, it seems like they don't even push your videos anymore because, let's face it, they're getting part of that ad revenue. So if somebody with 1 million guys gets 500,000 views, are they going to worry about you that has 500 subscribers? You see what I mean by that? So you got to come up with really catchy topics, something that nobody's ever done before. God, I feel like an English professor in college that says come up with catchy topics in your papers and make me want to actually read it. Those kind of paper topics. Yeah, that's what I feel like right now. And essentially, they're right about that because you've got to catch the attention of the average viewer that has just a huge list of YouTube videos to watch. And why am I going to watch yours versus watch theirs? And that's where the problem comes in. You're just going to have to find something and have fun with it because now it takes 1,000 subscribers plus a certain amount of views before you can even apply to actually start getting paid by YouTube for ad revenue. So it's a lot more work. So it's going to be a lot more free work until you can get noticed a lot more. You know what I mean? Hopefully that helps you out a lot. Is HD speeding good? Yes, Jordan. I had great results with it. No complaints whatsoever with it. Definitely 2 thumbs up. Again, 3D hooked me up with, after they literally After they saw the video of me actually trying it out, that's when they contacted me. It sent me the HD1. And now that I've got 2 weeks of vacation coming up in a row, I'll actually be trying that out here, so I can't wait to try that out. But, I mean, no problems whatsoever with them. I've been trying Limitless products. Which 2 or 3 do you recommend for my first? Paul, I would definitely say the Limitless Ladder. His car wash is absolutely mind-blowing. Not only is it great in a 2-bucket system, but it's also amazing in the foam cannon. So if you decide to go that way, it's fine. His detail spray actually has a carnauba in it as well. There is another detail spray. I forgot which the other one is. It doesn't have any carnauba. It's blue, but the pink one actually has carnauba in it. What else have I used? Oh, his waterless wash. I have it right here. So I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to think about all this stuff. This has actually been very good. I haven't had any complaints with it whatsoever. But there's, I mean, I would say any one of those 3. Maybe if you want to throw in something else, like a spray wax is really good. Maybe you want to try that. But, you know, for $2.99 shipping, give them a shot. You know what I mean? Just tell them Accord sent you and, you know, put it in the comments like, hey, thanks so much. I'm glad Accord's turned me on to you. And then, you know, that way he knows that, you know, by hooking up me and my subscribers up with some products, and he has hooked up my subscribers with products for free before, that, you know, he feels like he's getting his investment back. But he goes, hey, man, people are finding me, and I like that. So that's good. Appreciate the feedback, Chad. What soap should I buy? I use 2 foam cannons and occasionally 2 buckets. Adam, there is so many good soaps on the market right now. You know, with the new, what's it called here? The Wax Shop. You know, when they sent me their cherry stuff, their cherry snow foam, it is absolutely stellar in the foam cannon. I hope you guys got to see that, and you guys, a lot of people did, as well as in the 2-bucket method. I would say other car soaps, again, Limitless car soap. I would say Wax Scotch car soap. If you're willing to buy online, I would try every one of those 3 companies all day long. I have not been blown away by any others. Adams is pretty good. Masterson's is pretty good. You know, your basic Turtle Wax, Mothers, Meguiar's, that kind of stuff can be okay. It's pretty decent. Eagle One's pretty good. I like the Eagle One a lot. But, I mean, if you want the best that I've personally ever tried, those are the ones I would tell you to steer near. But, again, it's up to your money, so it's going to be what you want to do. Sadly, I can't buy it for everybody. I wish I could. I wish I could just open up an account and just start being like, hey, giveaway, you get some, like Oprah, you get some, and I just send them to your house. I wish I really could, but I'm not that rich. You know, I do okay with my job, but I'm not a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? I'm fortunate to have a lot of nice toys, but I'm not a millionaire where I can just spend tons of money. Like, again, I'm going to try and buy like $50, $100 of products from them and just start giving them away on Sunday nights, just being like, hey, here's the car wash detail for free. Just let me know your address later. You know, do that kind of thing. Just send them to you guys and let you guys try it out yourself. You know what I mean? Just take care of my subscribers like you guys have always taken care of me. Civic Type R only comes in manual. Yes, it only comes in manual, Aaron XP. Have you or anyone used Jay Leno's products? I haven't used them before, so I can't comment on that. I heard that another big company makes the products for him. I don't know. That's just rumor. So that's all I'm going to say. It's rumor that a different big company just relabeled their products and actually made them for Jay Leno. You know what I'm saying? What are you going to sell GTR for the Type R? No, I wouldn't sell a GTR. The only reason I don't have a Civic Type R now is just because I have the payment that I'm trying to hammer this down. I only have like 17 grand left on the GTR, so it's getting hammered down pretty fast. Remember, I just bought it last January, so I'm playing it heavy. We're getting rid of it. We're not getting rid of it. We're just getting rid of the debt. I don't like debt hanging over my head. And like a $34,000 Civic's a lot better than a $60-something thousand used GTR. So it'll be a lot easier for me to pay off, and I won't be stuck in heavy payments for years and years. So it'll be a lot easier for me. Have you ever thought about wrapping your motorcycle? No, I like the colors of my motorcycles a lot. Best tire gel, I would say either Meguiar's Endurance tire gel, Griot's Garage is really good as well. What else would I say? Sonax is pretty good as well. Either one of those 3 really good. Meguiar's Endurance Gel, the Griot's Garage one, or the Sonax one, really good. Sonax is a German company for you guys who don't know and just are just hopping in here with me. Sonax is made in Germany. Really good company, but you know, you got to order it online. But if you want to find something that you can easily find in like your AutoZone and stuff like that, the Griot's Garage Black Shine, it's really, really good. You can also try Mother's or Meguiar's Ultimate. It's really good as well. But those are 2 that you could probably easily find. Where Sonax, you're going to have to buy it online. Frozen, what type of good starter motorcycle? I've been thinking about getting one new one. I would say a Ninja 300, a Ninja 250, Ninja 300 probably is a newer look for you. It'll have like the sport bike look, but it's only a 300cc engine, or the new Ninja 400. I would recommend used though, so I would recommend Ninja 300 used. Spend like 2 to 3 grand on it, brand new, or used. Nothing more than that because you're not going to want to keep it. Here's the deal. Here's my scenario. I was riding a motorcycle. I had the Ninja 250. I paid $1,250 for it. I rode it within 3 or 4 months. I realized how slow it was. I'd be like hammering down in traffic, and I'd get up there, but anytime I'd ride with my friends, they would be like, boom, and they were gone. They left me in a second. So it's a pain in the ass. You know what I mean? You're always like hammered down, like catch up, you know, and you're trying to catch up to your friends. And so it's kind of a pain in the ass. So you're going to want to eventually dump that starter bike. And that way also, if you only spend $2 to $3 grand on a motorcycle, and let's say you just make a silly mistake and you drop it in the dirt or on the grass somewhere, you're not going to be worried that the fairings are all scratched up, because it's like, dude, I only paid $2,000 or $3,000 for it. After about 10 months, I actually went out and bought here. I bought the ZX6R. I've owned this bike for pushing 4 years now. And I love it. It's really good. I've recently been thinking about selling it and upgrading to a faster sport bike, but only recently it's starting to hit me where I want to buy a new sport bike that's a little bit faster than this. But that's what I'm trying to tell you. Just buy a used one. Buy like a Ninja 300 used for $2,000 to $3,000. Buy that sucker as long as you want until you're bored with it out of your mind, and then flip it. You should be able to flip it for $2 to $3 grand again, so you get all your investment back, and now you turn that and put that on a used 600cc bike or whatever you prefer. Have you tried 3M Quick Wax? I don't think I have. Hold on. Don't think I have. What's up, Joshua? How you doing, buddy? Doing pretty good tonight. Some detailing bucket costs $15. What? Who the heck is paying $15? You know, I've got Turtle Wax sent me that for free, a little $5 bucket. I have another Turtle Wax bucket. You can see it over there in the corner. I have all the buckets from Auto Geeks Detail Fest. They give those away for free at Detail Fest in West Palm Beach from Auto Geeks. They give them away free every single year. I have ones from Stoner Car Care for free. I have a couple from Home Depot. I've got some from Pep Boys. They gave away for free. If you spent more than like $30, they give you a free car wash bucket. So, I mean, that's just stupid. $15 for a damn bucket. No. What time is it over there? Right now, I would say it is pushing 11 o'clock, almost 11 o'clock. Went on a cruise ship September 10th. It was great. What cruise ship did you go on, Julian? We love cruising. So with the Disney cruise ship coming up here in November will be our 4th cruise this year, but our 26th cruise overall. So if you ever have any questions about cruise, I can tell you about a cruise ships, okay? Damn, we got 60 people in here. Welcome. We are bumping out tonight. Loving you guys tonight. What's up, Chad? Hope all's been well. Loving it, Brian, loving it. You know how much yard work I've done? So this week I might have been lazy getting out some car cleaning videos, but oh my God, have I done a lot of yard work videos. Like, not videos, but just doing a lot of yard work. We're talking about trimming hedges, trimming bushes, everything, literally everything I could possibly do, I've been doing because the temperature is so much cooler now that I'm willing to get out there. Just love it. I love it, buddy. Signal struggling. Sorry about that. Not a rich mofo, not at all. Detail Juice, have you used? No, I haven't. I have not. Do you worry about the battery on GTR? No, it literally is just fine. The battery, I have the history of it. It was replaced in, I think it was 2015 or 2016. The battery was replaced. It's no big deal. Gary Dean from Tampa, Detail Juice. I've heard a lot about them, but I've never tried them. Wish Chad would test. On what phone are you filming live streams on? It's on my Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus. I had to get this one about, what was it, 2 or 3 months ago? Because I was at work and I pulled my phone out of my pocket and somehow I cracked the entire screen of my S8 Plus. And I was pretty pissed about it. And the phone was basically almost paid off. And the insurance was $200 to use my insurance. I was like, I went ahead and just bought this instead. It's crazy how camera gone for example, if you want to shoot straight definition video, you need a high-end camera now. The new iPhone shoot 4K. Yeah, I've seen the quality difference. Like my Sony camera that I record the videos with full 4K, and that was $1,300. 303 products do you recommend? For sure, without any hesitation, I would say their Fabric Card. 100% some of the best stuff I've ever used. It's amazing. I use it on my motorcycle jackets. I use it on my floor mats. I use it on my son's strollers. Everything. I've never used a product that is so water repellent for fabrics as I have 303. Other products, 303, I'd say the aerospace protectant that you use for dashes, rubber seals, and stuff like that. It is excellent, especially down here in the Florida heat. It outlasts so many other products that are cheaper. So I definitely say 303's aerospace protectant. Their detail spray is really good. I've used it many, many times. As a matter of fact, I've ran out of 2 full bottles of them. Their brand new spray wax is actually very good. The original spray wax kind of sucked. It was really streaky. And I told them that. I was like, this is what you guys need to work on. It's too streaky. Something's wrong here in the product. They said, well, okay, we understand that. We have a couple bad feedbacks about it. So they sent me a new bottle about 6 months later with all new formula. And it was just like, boom, it worked right away. No streaks. So highly recommend it on their spray wax as well. What's up, 916? Justin, how you doing, buddy? any products, anyone use detailed juice products? Is Wax Shop owned by Turtle Wax? That I don't know. Gary Dean, you mean David, you mean Gary Teach? Wax Shop is his own company. I heard it's expensive. Blue GTR, sexier. Actually, blue was my #1 choice on the GTR, but every blue GTR that was it was in Florida, they were still asking like $72,000, and the red one, the exact same year, the red one they were only asking $68,000. It's like $4,000, $5,000 difference between these cars. Seriously, between just because it was a blue versus a red. And then I ended up only paying $63,000 for it. I talked him down to 63 something. I forgot what it was exactly, but I only paid 63 and change for it. So it's like, yeah, I'll take an $8,000 cut just because it's not blue. And I already had the red 370Z. If you guys have been around for a long time, I had the red 370Z Touring plus Sport Edition, fully loaded, everything in it. And so I didn't mind it. The red was where I was already at anyways, the exact same red, so I stayed with it. It worked out great. If you were to sell a GTR today, how much would you get? I think they sell somewhere for 2013 right around $60,000, maybe $61,000, $62,000. They don't really lose their value like the Civic Type Rs. The Civic Type Rs are selling, their trade-in values are almost as high as a brand new price. The trade-in values on Civic Type Rs are sky high right now. Does your wife know how to drive stick? No, she doesn't. I've offered to teach her on the Prelude. You know, my wife's a little bit skittish about a lot of things. She's very shy, very nervous when it comes to trying a lot of new things. She's one of those, like, imagine old people that are stuck in their ways and they don't want to try new things. That's my wife many times. And so you say, hey, I'll teach you. And she's like, no, you're just going to yell at me all the time. And I'm like, no, I've taught many guys at work how to drive stick because they weren't allowed to be certified to actually deliver packages unless they could actually drive stick shift and show the instructor that they were able to drive them first. So I taught a lot of them after work, and it really is no big deal for me. But you know, she's just really worried about that kind of stuff. So I am going to, now that because I told her I was selling the white Prelude whenever I got it back, and she's like, you can't sell it. I got to have an automatic. I was like, okay, well then when I get it back, I'm going to send it to a paint shop and I'm going to have it painted again. Well, just like a cheap $1,500 paint job. Just, you know, a spray paint, just spray to make it look nice. I'm not looking for, you know, amazing, just to make it look better. And she's like, that's fine. She's like, I cannot drive a stick shift. I'm like, but I'll teach you. And she's like, no, you're just going to yell at me. So, oh, well. What's up, Enrique? How you doing, buddy? CG Amazon detailed image. Ever use paint prep before applying a sealant? You mean paint prep as of what, James? Are we talking about like a wax removal? If so, yes, I definitely have. Gage, what's up, buddy? Is it bad to drink nitrile recreationally? Maybe. What's up, CJ? How you doing, buddy? I went on Carnival Paradise. Didn't want to go back on the cruise ship. A small one. The Carnival Paradise goes out of Tampa, if I'm right, correct? Or at least it used to go out of Tampa. What's the next video going to be about, Alex? Hopefully it's going to be more of the wax shop stuff. I was going to try the Grills Garage Poly thing today, but my son decided he didn't want to sleep last night, and my wife woke me up and said, you got to take care of him. I got to get up in the morning for church. So I ended up staying with him until 8:30 this morning. So I ended up sleeping most of the day away. Otherwise, I was going to watch my wife's car thing and get your video out for tomorrow. So it sucked. I just got home, got to be part of 60 plus people. I know 60 plus we were at. It was banging around here. Greetings from Panama. Very good channel. Thanks so much, Brian. I really do it. Panama City or Panama country? Because I know there's different things. It was great stopping by. Keep up amazing live stream. School sucks. Well, eventually get through it. Trust me. Before you know it, you'll be graduating out of high school on the way to college. Before you know it, it really flies by. What's up, Dalton? How you doing? Chad, you've not tried Detail Juice, Tampa Detail Guy. I haven't tried them out yet. Honestly, I want to get through some other products I currently have before I go and worry about buying more. Melissa, it's great to hear from you guys. We are happy. Dude, I didn't know Melissa was in here. Thanks so much for stopping by. Melissa, if you got to see my thank you, I did send a thank you. So Melissa and 303, well, it came from the Golden Eagle thing. They sent me a little Halloween box, right, with some candy and stuff like that in it, with a hat and some stable stuff, because Golden Eagle owns stable, you know, for your, fuel systems, as well as they own the 303 products. It's the same company. And so thank you very much, Melissa. I hope you guys did see it. I emailed you back, or I wrote you back immediately. You know, thank you so much for it. So 303 stalking. I had no idea Melissa was in here. So welcome, Melissa. Well, Melissa is the one that always hooks me up with all of the great things from Mecum Car Auctions. As a matter of fact, Melissa, I hope you can see this. So there's my big 303 banner you guys sent me a couple years ago. Right to that side right there. That's one of my sponsored things you guys sent me. And I have the other one inside the house upstairs from this year. So whenever you guys send me these things to Mecum, Melissa, I always keep them here. You can see it. I always keep it right here. It's hanging right there on my 303 to show that, you know, I went there and it was really cool. And I really always do appreciate it because literally, Melissa actually came right to my neighborhood to drop it off. I mean, that's how cool 303 is. So I was watching my son and she was going to drop off the actual badges. I gave her my address because it was like 5 minutes from the fairgrounds here, and they drove over here and they met me and gave her the stuff. I know Melissa is in Las Vegas right now. Sadly, I couldn't go this year. We ran into a little bit of stuff we had to pay for. My wife knocked me out with didn't knock me out, but it was all bleeding all through. It was crazy, and I had to have paid for some medical bills there. It kind of sucked. Animal products are nothing but expensive liquid here. Thank you for your time. If you ever get a chance, give Liquid X a chance. We randomly found them. Amazon, never heard of them before. 303 in the house. Yeah, channel is growing pretty big. Oh, for sure, Melissa. I told you. One of the things I always do is I ask for banners because I like to really take care of them. And I like to kind of show off the companies that have, you know, just taken care of me. And 303 is right down the middle of the wall. As you guys can see, it's right dead center. And I always keep my stuff that you guys send me. My son, as you know, Melissa, loves the sunglasses. He snapped 1 or 2 of them. That's why I asked for more. He literally just pulls them apart sometimes and actually snapped them like a wishbone. But, you know, I always try and take care of you guys, and I have a lot of people always asking about that stuff. But thanks so much for stopping by. I had no idea you were here, Melissa. You know, I tell people all the time, many big companies watch my videos, but they will not comment on the channel at all. I get the messages later on that we watched your videos and stuff like that, and we reviewed them and stuff like that, and we like what I'm seeing, or how can we change our products because you didn't like them, and that's really cool to hear that kind of stuff. You know, because I'm just out here to have fun, and if we can make their product even better, I'd like to see it, and I like companies that will actually answer. Winter stinks. Yeah, it's starting to get cold here as well. I think last night was 56 degrees in the middle of the night. So it was like, whoa, where did this cold weather come from out of the blue? That's the only reason the garage door is shut right now, because of the actual cold weather. And I was like, yeah, I'm in shorts. No thanks. What other banners do I have, Cody? We've got everything from Turtle Wax, Eel One, 303, Voodoo Car Care, Stoner Car Care, Limitless, Rev Auto 3D. Greg from Masterson was for the last year or two has said that he was going to send me one, but he never did. So I don't know. Greg's just hanging out there. Chad, just skip what I said earlier. I'm sorry, Dalton, if I missed it. From Panama Country, you are one of the best cars. Oh, I appreciate that, Brian. I am here to have fun. There's so many great channels out there, and I'm so thankful just to be part of the small little bit of a bigger YouTube detailing world. I do this for fun, and I love getting to do it all. Stripper Suds Chemical Guys is really getting out there. It's just they've been out for a couple years now. I think Strippers Car Suds have been out for what, 2 or 3 years, something like that. I like how Greg says at the comments, if it's not dirty, you need an eye check. Greg said to the comments. Yeah, there's I don't know. It's Greg's always been pretty cool with me. No issues whatsoever. I know Greg's going out there. He'll be out there at SEMA. I think SEMA starts this week, right, Melissa? I don't know if you're still here. Hold on. We're a little out of focus. So SEMA starts this week. I know 303 said they were going to go out there because they invited me out to lunch, but of course I didn't have time. Literally, my wife, when she hit me really hard, it literally went all through here, right, with the back door of the minivan. It was bleeding so hard in my face. I opened my eyes afterwards. It was raining really hard that day, and the blood was in my eyes and my face. It was crazy, so I had to go get staples in my head. And now we have a $1,600 bill we have to pay, so fun times. Otherwise, I was going to go to SEMA, but a $1,600 bill had to get paid before we worried about anything else. Yeah, she thought I was out of there and I was pulling the umbrellas out, so she shut the back end from the front of the minivan. You can hit the button and shut the back end. Well, what it did, the whole end hit me, knocked me flat down on the ground, and the blood was going everywhere. So we have fat little bills we had to pay. Right now, I sent the insurance all the information, so we're trying to get that all lined out there. You love to play cars. That's really cool. Not feeling too important that the car you were... You know what? Not feeling too import that car you were interested in. No, I don't know. Are you talking about like the thing, the Toyota? I've looked, but there's none that are popping up to exactly what I want. That's the problem when the car has to be 25 years old. You have to kind of basically take what there is when it comes out there. And I'm not willing to take what there is. I'm willing for one color and one combination, and that's all I want. It has to be in mid condition. And for a 25-year-old car, that's really hard to come by. So I've just been waiting. I mean, we'll see what happens. What do you think of Greg's ceramic spray sealant? He told me he was going to send it to me, but I don't know. I guess he got too busy or whatever, but he never sent me to We're always seeking to improve our products. Any feedback really helps us keep our great work. Your videos are always a pleasure to watch. Thanks so much, Melissa. I really do appreciate it. You know, Melissa and 303 had been one of the original companies years ago were contacting me. Probably about 3 or 4 years ago now. It's been one of the companies that originally contacted me. So that's why they're like main center, because they were one of the first ones to hook me up with all this stuff and all that. So that's why I always try and, I take care of all my people, and I like a company that will actually listen to their subscribers, listen to people. You always have the hard-headed companies that are, my products are best no matter what, and we're never going to change them. There's plenty of companies out there, and they suffer when they get too big in their britches, or whatever you want to call it, or their head's too big, and they're not willing to make changes. That's where it comes a problem. Are you going to SEMA this year? I was supposed to, Aaron, but after she knocked me, literally, the thing was from here to here, and the blood was just gushing out. It was nuts. So I had to go to the ER and get a couple staples through here, so that's why it cost so much. Greg will be here in a bit. Hey, Chad, people called me and told me to come on. See? If you do it, Greg will show up. Welcome to the thing, Greg. Thanks so much for stopping by. Best way to get banners. Well, first off, you got to call Masterson and say, Masterson, I'm willing to buy a couple $100 worth of products. When can I get that banner? And then Greg will say, I'll eventually get it to you. So thanks so much for stopping by. So Greg is finally here, just like I knew he would be. I just had to post up that picture, and I knew he would be because, I just showed up the best waterless wash I could find. And, of course, Greg's was the best I've ever tried. And so I'm glad that he did actually show up. As I said, you guys remember the old baseball movie from the 80s, Field of Dreams, where they said if the whole thing was if you build it, they will come. That's Greg right there. If you show it, he will come. And sure enough, he did. So thanks so much for stopping by, Greg, and hanging out with us. Earlier, we had over 60 people in here, Greg. Is Blackhawk products any good? Better than the 303? I don't know. I've never tried Blackhawk. I've never heard of him. Gallon. Greg has just started making gallon sizes. Aaron, where were you at, buddy? You need to be following Greg. Greg has Instagram, Facebook, everything. They just started carrying gallon sizes of Masterson. So I'm so glad to hear that, because a lot of people kept asking me about it. I was even saying it. When you like a product that much and you're going to go through it a lot, you need to make bigger sizes. So I'm really glad he finally started doing it. $1 sale. Damn, that's a killer deal. What you got staples for, bro? It's from when my wife shut the minivan down here on my head. I was getting umbrellas out. It was really raining heavy, so I was getting umbrellas out of her back of her minivan. And what happened was I was down here like this. She shot it from the back, thought I was out of there, and it came down and hit me right there, and it literally knocked me flat on the ground. It was nuts. I've never bled so much in my life. It was just crazy. But usually head wounds bleed way worse than anything else. No, I'm seriously, Master Greg, I really, really wanted to. But once she knocked me flat out with that and had to go to the ER, literally, I'm dealing with insurance right now, Greg. $1,680 was the damage, was what they charged. So right now, I had to call up to the hospital this week and ask why are they charging my insurance. They said that it's been nothing but a thing. So my local ER didn't forward the bill to my insurance company, so they kept harassing me and saying that you owe $1,680. And I'm like, dude, I have insurance. I'm like, let me know what it is after the insurance payment. So I've been jumping through hoops and stuff like that. I'm like, God, Lord. So you figure it's $200 something a night in a hotel, right, Greg? And then, okay, we're going to be there like 4 nights, let's say. And then you have to pay plane tickets. And I'm like, well, there goes all that money. It was instantly gone like that. So that's basically what had happened. And I wasn't able to afford it. But I really, really wanted to come hang out with you guys. Melissa invited me to lunch with them. Peter from Stoner Car Care invited me to take me out. He was going to actually give me free tickets as well. I mean, I had so many invites this year. It was nuts. And I had to let everybody down when that happened, because I knew instantly I was going to be paying a lot. And now you understand what's been going on, because I just literally, because they were calling every day, when are you going to pay? And I'm like, I have insurance. Why haven't you charged my insurance? And then you let me know what I owe left. And that's basically what it came down to. Your wife is a doctor. Yeah, but Greg, we have bills that we have to pay on top. Remember, we have the house payment. We have her med student loan. We have her minivan. We have my GTR. We have all the utilities. I mean, things really do add up. Once her student loan is gone next fall, we'll have a lot more money to spend. But right now, it's just the way it goes. A lot of people think, oh, doctors make a lot. Yeah, they do. But you still have to pay all of the other bills on top of it. You got to remember, her student loan payment, Greg, is more than our house payment. You've seen our house size. It's more than our house payment is every single month. So we're paying for 2 very large homes. And that's what I'm saying. Next fall, it'll be completely paid off. She'll be out of debt. And hopefully the GTR will be paid off by next fall is what I'm aiming for. And so I'll have a lot more money to throw at these kind of big expenses. Kevin, what have you been up to lately? Not too much. Just been doing a lot of stuff. What happened again? So Greg, what happened is it was I meet my wife in the work parking lot every single afternoon, and it was really raining hard here in Florida, complete thunderstorm. And I went to go get the umbrellas out of her car, so I opened up the back hatch, and I was getting the umbrellas out. Well, she hit the front thinking I was clear, and to shut it, because you shut it right there by the dome light, and it came down and hit me in the head, knocked me flat to the ground. It was pouring rain. The blood was just coming down like crazy. I had to have a couple staples through here. It went right through here, Greg. And the blood was absolutely gushing out. It was nuts. And so I had to go to the ER and have staples put in. And that that was basically my money to go to SEMA this year. So hopefully we're going to get insurance to pay at least part of it. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. Get your wife stable gun. The funny thing is, CJ, she said if we would have went to her practice, she could have done it for me, but her practice was closed by that time, and she didn't have access to the building, obviously, because, she's not like the owner or anything like that. Have you tried crystal products? I have not. Greg hit, the van hit him. Yeah, no, she hit me. The van didn't maliciously come out there and hit me. She literally shut the back door on me from the front. She hit the button and came down and hit me while I was trying to get the umbrellas out. They harass and blame me for everything when they didn't send the bill. The crazy thing is, exactly, I called my insurance first and I said, hey, what is going on? I'm literally getting 3 and 4 phone calls this week alone why I haven't paid the bill. God, get in focus. And they said they hadn't even received any bill from the hospital. I'm like, okay, so then I called the hospital and I called them and they were like, oh, we didn't get that you had insurance. And I said, that's the first thing I gave you when I walked in and you checked in. I gave you my insurance card. But you're dealing with Kissimmee, and these people here are they're idiots here in Kissimmee. They're the dumbest people I've ever seen. Everything you try and do. I'll give you another example. We've gone through, I can't tell you how many people trying to cut our palm trees back, and they don't even show up. They say, oh, we'll be there at 2 o'clock on Wednesday. So I'm here at 2 o'clock on Wednesday. Nobody ever shows up. So you call them the next day, hey, are you going to come out? Yeah, I was just really busy, and I'm sorry I didn't show up. And these are the kind of things you have here. They're idiots. And then the next day when they say they're going to show up, then following time, they never show up. So then you start calling them like, are you going to be there? And they don't even answer the phone anymore. These are the type of people you have living here in Kissimmee. It's bad. It's real bad. What position is your wife in? She's just a regular family doctor. She's a family doctor. When you guys are fighting when you cut your head. GTR must go. Nothing wrong with the Accord V6. Why would I get rid of the GTR? You're out of your mind, Hennessy. You might as well unsubscribe to me now if you think I'm going to get rid of that GTR, because that ain't happening. Thoughts on insulated wax? I haven't tried it yet, this thing. What camera? This is just my Samsung 9 Galaxy S9 Plus. Yeah, that one right there, Greg. Nothing fancy like yours. I'm just holding it up with my hand, Greg. Nothing crazy. Greg has a store. Yeah, Greg has a store right there in Anaheim, right near the Angel Stadium, right there by Disneyland. It's literally, I looked it up on the Google thing. It's right there by the interstate. It's right by the Anaheim Angel Stadium, like, 5 minutes away, Greg? If you're in Southern California, go say hi to Greg. He's actually really cool. Sales pitching, no idea. Quick question, what's the best way to remove caked on bugs from the front of the hood? Okay, some of the things I've always learned, Jeffrey, if you're having a problem, get yourself a bug remover. Get yourself a microfiber towel. What you can do is you can actually soak that really in there good, then have the microfiber towel cover it so the liquid doesn't actually drip down, and it kind of sits there and actually takes its time. Let it sit there 30, 45 seconds, and then lightly try and agitate it off. What you're doing is you're trapping the liquid to stay on the bug the entire time and keep eating away at the bug's body the whole time, and then lightly go on it. That's probably the best way I've ever actually seen it to go on there. What products do you recommend to remove scratches? Greg, since Greg doesn't want to make any stuff yet, I've had a lot of good stuff, light scratches, and if you want to get them over the counter, you can go get it Meguiar's Ultimate Polish, Ultimate Compound. Those will treat you really good. I haven't had any problems. I've had good luck. And a lot of people might laugh at me, but I've had really good luck with Chemical Guys, the V Series line. I've had good luck with 303 products once. They've had some really good stuff. I've had good luck with Griot's as well. I think when it comes time, to scratch removal and stuff like that, it's all about techniques and doing it the right way. And you're probably going to have a pretty good thing. If you do the techniques the right way, the right path and stuff, you can get rid of scratches and scrolls pretty easy. One might be a little more aggressive than another one is, but you should be okay with it. What Masters products do you recommend? Me personally, for what thing? If I'm going to give you a couple right now off the top of my head, right now, I would say by none. This is the best that I've ever tried waterless wash right here. His is the best. It has a spray sealant inside of it. I would say that's his best. His Mystic Snow Foam is stellar. I will tell you right now, if you need a snow foam, try this. This stuff is amazing and it smells really good. Detailer, I love his detailer. I've gone through a couple bottles of his detailer, absolutely stellar. If I could tell you just 3 products right off the top of my head to use, I also love his Trim and Tire Shine. Everybody asks me what products last the longest when it comes to your tire, and I say they're cream-based products, okay? Something like this. This is one of the products that I will always tell you, one of maybe like 3 that's like a cream style like this that will last you 2 to 3 weeks is what I've normally found, unless you're driving through dirt and stuff like that. Trim and Tire Shine all day long. These are some of the easy, quick ones. I love his sealant, and I also love his buttery wax. So his carnauba wax here, really, really good. It's not going to last you near as long as the sealant, obviously, but it's really good. I love his shield sealant. I have used it on my wife's minivan. It lasted me about 10 months. I've used it on my motorcycles. If it's telling you anything, I used it even on my friend's car when we were working on it. It really, really good stuff. And you won't be disappointed with any of those. When it's coming out, compound. Yeah, Greg, when is the compound coming out? Greg, when is the banner coming out? That's what I want to know. I keep hearing all these excuses, Greg. All I gotta do is fold the sucker up and just stick it in a box and I'll be good. You don't need to put it in a shipping tube. Fold it up into some squares, ship it over here. We'll straighten it out for you really good. Like when 3D Car Cares came in, it was like it had like the fold creases all in it. It just folds out over time, you know what I mean? It's good to go, Greg. Just hook me up and I'm gonna hang you up with pride and actually put it up on the back wall. Yeah, I don't know when the compound is coming out, Greg. Are we looking at what, January, February this coming year? Is that what you're looking at for a compound and polish setup? Don't know. Hennessy is just having a lot of fun. He's just jealous. That's all it is. He's jealous. That's all it comes down to, man. He's jealous. Man, I can't believe we still got 42 people in here. We've been on for an hour already. This is good stuff tonight. Man, for some reason, on these nice, cool evenings, it's like, I want to go out there and ride right now. Like, I would say, if you guys had a motorcycle and you live near me, I'd say, let's go ride somewhere. Let's just go ride around Orlando. I did it last weekend with my friend who has a little red Honda Grom, and he has a 370Z as well. We went out and rode all around Orlando. We were down there by the Orlando Eye. We went out down International Drive. We were all down the famous spots. We went behind the Magic Kingdom on some of the back roads behind Disney World. Parked right by Space Mountain. We had a great time. It's just these nights like this where it's nice and cool, where it's like, I want to go out and ride. This is one of those nights that I'm feeling that whole let's go ride mood. Oh, yeah. Had to drink something there. I've got to tell you, though, I've been even recently thinking here that I might even put the ZX6R up for sale here and actually step up. I don't know. The only bike I've actually been thinking about upgrading to would be a Kawasaki H2. I don't know if I really need, obviously that power is out of control and those things. I mean, we're like 220 horsepower or something like that. They're ridiculously powerful, but just to buy a used one for like $17,000, $18,000, like have this is already sold, so it's cash down payment, and then maybe finance like 10 grand or something like that for it. But I think that would be just a badass bike to have riding around town. But that's what I've been thinking about lately. Like, man, I'd like just a little bit faster of a bike. And the H2, like I look at the ZX10R, the only other bike maybe I'd look at would be a BMW S1000RR, but I've been thinking about like, maybe I'll sell this bike outright. It's in really good condition. Only has like, what, almost 15,000 miles on it now. And I always service every 5,000 miles, everything I have fully serviced. And I'm like, man, wouldn't that be sick to have an H2? An H2 would be kind of like owning a GTR. If you guys know what a Kawasaki H2 is, it's like ridiculously overpowered bike, sport bike made by Kawasaki. And it's just beautiful looking, super aggressive looking, way over the fast you ever need to go. But you know what, to me, that's what I'm saying. Like if people say, well, you're never going to use that much power. I don't use this much power on the street either, but you know, just to be able to go and just be gone, I think that'd be a lot of fun. I'd love it. So there. Do you like a scooter? Not really. I mean, the Grom is a real motorcycle. It's only 125cc, but it's a real motorcycle. And I would just say go get a Grom, honestly. Not a lot of power, brand new, $3,000. Why would you need a scooter on that? You know what I mean? Don't get a Harley Davidson. No, I would never get one of those. Because people are like, as somebody in Florida, so Florida, I think, is the second most motorcycles in the country behind California. The Harley Davidson people, if you don't know, for motorcycle riders is, they literally don't ever wave at you. So unless you're on another Harley, they will not wave at you. You know, a typical biker wave when you go by, and you see that from other bikers going by, just a wave like, hey, biker, fellow biker. It doesn't matter what brand it is, but for some reason, Harley people are such snobs They're usually the old guys that are like geezers and jerks. They never ever wave at you. So I learned a long time ago, just don't even wave at them unless they wave first. I will not even put my hand out there because they think they're so elite. I've got this really expensive, overpriced bike that's junk that won't last, and yet they're on a different level. You know what I mean? It's can't stand the Harley people. Will you ever get upgrade to the Flux? Yes, I've been actually thinking about getting one of those. Probably a Flex. Probably in the next year, but that's all. I haven't been really worried about it right now. The Greenhouse Garage has been doing really good for me, and there's really been no need for me to upgrade yet. But yes, I've definitely been thinking about it. What is the fastest speed you've ever reached in the car? In the GTR, in my car, the GTR, I've probably done about 145. The other cars, I've maxed out the Prelude before on the interstate. I think it was doing like 125, 128 miles an hour before it maxed out. The Prelude's not like super fast. And I have stereo and stuff in it, so it weighs it down. Yeah, that's about it. Like, I've been in an Integra Type R at 155. We completely maxed it out. This is when I was younger, man. So with the Integra Type Rs, everybody knows about them. They're just like, amazing cars. And even to this day, now in today's society, 200 horsepower is not that much, but they were just amazing cars for what they were. And even until the new Civic Type R came out, those were faster than every Civic Si that was ever made. And we took it out there. We were on Interstate 95 heading south. We were in Jacksonville, Florida. It was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And we ended up maxing it out. He took it all the way to the rev limiter, was bouncing off the rev limiter, and we were hitting 155 miles an hour. And so that was quite an experience doing 155 on the interstate. Man, I remember what you call it, semi-trucks looked like they were just going by super slow like this. I mean, it was just like, oh my God, you guys aren't even driving that fast. And here they were probably doing like 65, 70 through Jacksonville. And we were just doing 155 by people. It was a crazy feeling, man. Crazy feeling. When you polish Guerrilla's Garage, how many pads do you use? Usually 1 to 2. 1 to 2 is usually all I need, Matthew. I've got everything cleaned. I put them away in the Ziploc bags after I'm done. So I clean them in the sink, rinse them all out, let them dry there in the plate holder where you dry your plates and stuff like that. I just let them sit in there overnight, let them dry all the way out, and I just put them in the Ziploc bags to keep them fresh and everything. So that way no elements are going to get embedded in there or nothing's going to get a hold of them. And then I put them in the shelf away every single time. That's how I treat my stuff. You've been 120 miles an hour in the wagon. Trimax Shine Long Throw DA. It's Chinese knockoff for Roops. Yeah, I don't know, man. I like quality. Do you enjoy having a sunroof on your car? I rarely use the sunroofs on any of our cars. So my white Prelude has a sunroof. Of course, the blue one does. And so does the minivan has a sunroof. We don't... I seriously might use them 10 to 15 times a year. I just don't use them. They just sit there and stay closed. When it's 95 degrees here, the humidity makes it feel like it's 100 and something degrees. You don't want to be sitting at a stoplight with the sun beating down at you when it feels like 100 and something degrees. You just don't want to do it. So the only time you'll ever really see me open the sunroof is when the couple of weeks a year when it actually gets cool outside, and that's about it. Other than that, I don't even use the sunroof. Like, obviously, the GTR has no sunroof, and I just would never use it, you know what I mean? But some people love them, some people don't. It's just, to me here in Florida, imagine it turning into a greenhouse. If you guys know what the greenhouse effect is, where you're just burning up, that's exactly what it feels like. You're just sitting there at a stoplight and you're like baking. And the same thing happens on the motorcycles. That's why you see most Floridians are like fair weather riders. So whenever it's cooling down, you're going to see more and more bikes on the road, like way more motorcycles. Right now, you'll see motorcycles everywhere here in Central Florida. But when it's like 100 degrees outside, only the diehards are still out there riding. And that's what generally happens. You really love this Kia Stinger. You know, the cool thing is it's the same engine that they put in the Genesis G80s and G90s, and now the G70 has it. And I test drove those cars a few times, and they're really powerful. So I understand where you're coming from on that. I already saw the new reviews on the Genesis G70s, which is like, I guess would be like a 3 Series competitor for BMW. And they're really nice. I've seen it in person when I was in Canada at the Toronto International Airport when I went up to the last cruise, and they're really, really pretty in person. But I don't know how much legroom they really have, and would it be worth it? Because I heard they're going to be selling for like $42,000 to $50,000. I was like, oh, no. So that's what it is. Obviously, the Evo is not made anymore, as you well know right now, Brian. But two, I've seen enough races with between a Civic and an Evo, and the Civic Type R is beating the Evo. The Civic Type R is beating so many cars, it's ridiculous. And with very few mods, they're getting it up to 350 horsepower. It's really ridiculous how underrated that engine is. Typical Honda engines, they set them for here, and then a couple mods here and there, and they're up to 350 horsepower all around. You're like, damn, that's all it took? You know, and for a $34,000 MSRP car, that's actually pretty good in today's economy. I did the math. When I bought my first Honda Accord back in 2000, I bought a brand new Honda Accord Coupe, fully loaded with everything. Out the door, I paid $25,500. And so I did the math with the inflation calculator. $25,500 out the door in today's money would be $36,000 something for that car. And that car only came with a V6 with 200 horsepower. And I thought at the time that was pretty powerful because the four-cylinder had like 140 horsepower. So it's just like, in here, technically that's even, the Civic is cheaper than that. I'm like, oh my God. So I'm really stoked about it. I definitely, again, unless Honda says something in the next 6 months to a year that says they're going to bring in a Accord Type R variant for us to buy, then I'm definitely going to be buying the Civic Type R. It'll be in the Aegean blue metallic, the really blue, pretty blue. As you know, I got the Electron blue out there, and I love that color. The Gray Scottish Long Throw, I'm pretty sure made in the same factory. Again, I don't know it, Aaron. You should go test drive. No, I hate Corollas. I hate Corollas. They're everywhere here. No, I will never buy one of those. Anybody like telling me to go buy a Prius? There's no way it's going to happen. Terrible. What kind of tint do you have? On my Prelude, I have 5% tint, and I think, is it 3M that makes it? I don't know which one it is. I can't remember the company, brother, but it's either 3M or something else. What's the other tint company they make that makes tint that's really well known? I had it tinted over there in St. Cloud, which is like, 10 minutes down the street from me. That's where I had it done. I had my wife's minivan tinted there. I had my Prelude tinted there. I had my 370Z tinted there. So I go to the same place all the time, but I can't remember what's the other one they have, that company. I think it's 3M that actually does the company-wise, but yeah, I have 5% limo on that because I like the dark tinting. If I ever get, for the Civic Type R, like the GTR, I haven't really been that anxious to tint the windows on it, but with a Civic, I'll definitely tint the windows on it. My son, like the sun hits his eyes, and he's like, it's so bad, and I'm the same way, so I'll probably tint the Type Rs pretty fast, and I'll probably put limo tint on there as well, 5%. Oh, I don't care. The Civic Type R only comes with manual. That's all I need. I just need a Civic Type R. I want a fast little four-door car where I can have fun and without having to break the bank. It's been fun. It's fun owning a GTR. It really is, guys. The attention you get out there is mind-blowing how much attention you get out there. And it's fun having tons of power, but I also want the four-door space. It's really nice having her minivan and having all that room in the world. So I understand it's nice having it, but I'm not going to get rid of the GTR, but I definitely want something a little bit easier to get in and out with. Good night, Sean. Thanks so much for stopping by, buddy. What was your least favorite car you have ever owned? Probably either the Hyundai Excel, which was my first car my parents bought me, went to learn on and to get me back and forth to school on and work, or the Mercury Cougar I bought from the neighbor across the street back in 2004. I bought her a Cougar for like $2,000. I think it was a piece of crap, man. It literally was just completely falling apart. Typical American garbage. But I bought a Mercury Cougar from her, and I kept it for 2 years. It drove, but man, it was like a tank. It was like a '93 Cougar. I just wanted to get around town in and just beat the miles up on that car, and that's what I bought for her. Then I kept it for 2 years. Ended up selling it to some Mexican guy that didn't even speak any English. Somebody had to translate for him. I think I sold it for like $500, and that's all. I just let it go. I was like, I'm done. I got my usage out of it. 2 years, $1,500. But those were probably the worst. I wouldn't buy anything else. No way. The Cougar and the Hyundai Excel was trash. Like, was it 1988 Hyundai Excel? Toyota. Even the new. Have you guys already started seeing the Supra? I'm not a fan of it. It just doesn't look that great. And it's only got 330 horsepower. That's pathetic. Absolutely pathetic in today's society. 330 horsepower. I think it's going to come out at 50,000, 55,000 starting, and because they're going to try and live up to the Supra name, and everybody's going to laugh at them in their face because every Toyota is going to be like, we've got a Supra. That means it's 65,000, but the sticker price says 50,000. No, sorry, it's a rare car. It's 330 horsepower for 65,000. Are you out of your mind? A 370Z is 332 horsepower, and it's what, $29,000, $30,000 starting for the very base one. I'm like, No, no. And, you know, Nissan has now come out and said in January, the new Z will be shown at the Tokyo Auto Show, 100% guaranteed. So it's cool that you hear now Nissan is finally getting something done. They've also said the new GTR will be, they literally said it's going to be the fastest brick ever sold. I'm like, oh my God. You know, so it should be pretty fun seeing what the new GTRs and what they're cooking up in their garage over there, because they are, in fact, they said they're working on the new GTR, so it's going to be the fastest brick sports car out there. So it should, I don't know what they mean by that, but it should be pretty stinking fun, because you know that if you know anything about guns, they call Glocks bricks, because a lot of people don't like them. They're not pretty guns, but it's like they're the most reliable guns out there in the world. So who gives a crap what it looks like as long as it works every single time you need it. But so it should be pretty fun to see what the Nissan GTRs are going to come up with. I'm hyped about it. I'm sure it'll be a lot more expensive. Like brand new, I think this car is what, $99,000, $98,000. So I can only imagine, especially if they decide to go like Acura and throw a hybrid system in it, that I bet it's pushing 130, 140 for it. And that's going to start running off a lot of people, because 130,000 for it. You know, the original Nissan GTR that came here in 2009 was only selling for $80,000 MSRP. Now it's 98,000, and then if you want the premium with all the new high-end plush leather, it's like 110,000. So I think they might be running off of some of their people. What do you think about the Hyundai Tucson? We loved ours, Brian. If you've been around my channel for a while, we had a 2016. Was it brand new? Was it 2016? No, it can't be. It was like a 2014. I don't know, 2015. It was right around there. It was a brand new Tucson, fully loaded, Ultimate Edition. And it was really, really nice little SUV. It was just too small for our needs once we had my son, so we had to let it go. But it was a great vehicle, highly recommended. Never had a single problem with it. The 2.5 years we owned it, never a single issue with it. And really good quality all around, not cheap sounding. I mean, you get what you paid for it. I think we paid 26 for it, 27 after we talked them down. And I would highly recommend. Hyundai has definitely come a long way. You got a 2001 Mercury Grand Marquis. Issue with it, keep in mind, only 45,000 miles. Damn, nobody even drove that car. Now the thing is about HP. Just sold my Glock and got a new P from SIG. Dude, the SIGs are very nice, but damn, they're expensive. So if anybody who doesn't know, Glock is made by Austria, and SIG is a German company. And you know, think about it this way: a Honda compared to a Mercedes or BMW. Oh, well, it's got the Mercedes symbol on it. It's $50,000 starting. And you're like, what? What? And it's the same kind of thing. And that's just the way it goes. And a lot of Glocks now are starting to be made in Smyrna, Georgia, up there in North Georgia. So they're a lot cheaper, and they're very reliable. You know, you don't ever hear problems with Glocks. And that's why the police use them and stuff like that. So I don't know. But I hear you on that one. I don't sell any of my guns. So anybody who doesn't know, I own a lot of guns, and I don't ever sell them. It's kind of like cars. I just keep buying more and more whenever I see one I want, and then I just put it away, and then I have it. So I don't ever sell my stuff. I still keep all my guns too. So that's pretty crazy. Mitsubishi is basically dead. I would agree with that. Hyundai is definitely not dead. Hyundai is starting to kick ass. I mean, Hyundai obviously owns Kia, and that's why they share a lot of the same engines and stuff. But I really think that Hyundai. All right, guys, sorry about that. The app crashed on me, and it wasn't my internet connection. It's just the app that crashed on me, so I do apologize about that. Maybe YouTube didn't want me talking about my guns or something like that. I don't know, but it was pretty funny. It was definitely the app that crashed, and it wasn't my internet. It just said it was the app crashed, and I was like, oh, that's nice. So I do apologize about that, guys. Hopefully you're back up to speed with me. But for sure, I think Hyundai is going to be the new Honda and the new Toyota, especially in the next 10 years. You're going to start to see honestly feel you're going to start to see Hyundai really give Honda and Toyota a run for their money in certain different types of cars, where you're going to see them very close in sales apart from each other. It's not going to be like a blowout. Like, do I see them making a run at Corolla anytime soon, or Civic? No, but maybe some of their other SUVs and some of their other vehicles, I really see them really giving some pressure for Honda and Toyota. And I do see it coming in the next 10 years because their quality is so damn good. They have full 10-year warranties, and the resale value is going up on it, and people are really starting to notice that. So it's pretty good. No, I'm not revving the GTR. My old people neighbors are back now from Indiana. They came back last week, and they're really, really grumpy. So no way I'm going to rev it up. And I'm inside, obviously. And what time is it? It's like 12. It's 11:35 here. Drinking some good Coke there. I mean, yes, this is Mexican Coke. Mexican Coke. And it came here legally across the border. Legally. Oh, yeah. Just for all you guys out there. Getting focused. Dear God. I hate when this phone gets out of focus. I don't know what it's trying to focus on the whole time. It's great. My wife just got a Hyundai Tucson. Great car. Was extremely surprised. For sure. For sure. I think they're amazing cars, Adam. I had no issues with it whatsoever. If Hyundai still made a minivan, I think that's what we would have went with. But because Hyundai stopped making their minivan back in like the mid 2000s, obviously we tested out the others. We drove the Town and Country when I was with my cousins when we were up in Illinois. They let us borrow their minivan. That's the reason why we went and looked at one. And of course, we looked at Toyota because Toyota had a really amazing resale value and quality. We loved it. Then we tested over the Honda Odyssey, and we just feel like it was a full step down from the Toyota. Like the carpet on the between the front and back seat had like a second layer of flap carpet, and I tripped on it. I was like, what the hell is this? And literally it was two piles of carpet on top of each other. And if you pulled the first one back, you could see where the spare tire was. And I'm like, this is so crappy the way it was designed. The seats were also a lot harder, where the Toyota seats were a lot more cushiony. The Toyota could literally turn on a dime. It is such a tight turning radius, and the Honda was a lot bigger. We were not impressed. It had more power, and it had better resale value, so we ended up going there. And of course, Toyota with the SE model, the special edition, it looks a lot more sportier. You know, you have the front and rear stuff on it, the body kit on it, different wheels, the little wing in the back. It was just a better minivan all around for us, and that's why we went with it. But I have got no problem with Hyundai whatsoever. I like what Hyundai's doing now with the new Veloster N. I think it's going to be a great little hot hatchback. You know, it'll be, what is it supposed to be, like 275 horsepower in the one variant, and people are they're starting to test it, or like saying it's how good it is. I can't wait to see it. You know, because Genesis said they're coming out with their new Genesis Coupe, whatever they're going to call it, and to take the place of the old one that they discontinued, and that will also have an N version as well. So that should be really something to look out for. And, you know, I bet they're going to have something like a 400 and something horsepower engine in that. So you should definitely be prepared in that. The Sienna is a lot better than the Odyssey. That's what I liked. I mean, the new Honda Odyssey definitely looks good, but I like the Sienna better. I might be making a foam can video review, Dollar Tree car wash soap, since I can't find any on you. Soap, pure water. I wouldn't doubt it. It's probably like this Black Magic garbage here. You know, seriously, I'll pull it out for you guys. So if you guys don't know, Black Magic is like really watered down trash. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see this in there. Can you see the water line right in the middle? Look at this. Now just look at this for a second. Look how watery this is. I'm barely shaking it, but look how much water is in this garbage. This is really, really bad. I mean, it's just so trashy. Now, let me take a second here to mention and show you a different one. Oh my God, I don't care. Don't you hate going into Facebook groups and you have a friend? You didn't comment on any Facebook group, but your friend happened to comment in there. Your friend posted up in that group. And now you have to get the damn notification on your phone about it. Like, I don't care. I literally do not care that that person posted. Good for him. But I don't need to be notified every time Joe Blow posts in the group that I'm in. I don't care. If I'm interested, then I'll see it in the group post anyways. But I don't need to be notified that my friend just posted it. I hate those things, and I get them all the time. I have to keep unfollowing. And then you get some of these people, I'm like, I bet you one time at a car thing a long time ago, unfriend, goodbye, I don't even talk to you. I met you like once or twice, and you friended me after that. And then now it's like, we've never talked, we never hang, and I just go and unfriend them because they would just literally spam. Let's say there's a 370Z group. I'm in probably, originally I was in like 3 or 4 of them. The same person would spam the exact same damn post in every fucking 370Z post on Facebook. And you just go ding, 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 ding. I'm like, I don't care. So I finally you go and unfriend the people because I'm like, I don't even talk to you. You're doing nothing but spamming. For sale, for sale, for sale. I'm just like, Jesus, I don't care. Facebook, stop. That's my rant of the day. I can't stand it. Oh, I can't remember. You want to talk about but we're talking about better soaps here. Let me find something that's a little bit different. Actually, my 2 soaps are upstairs. Jeez, I can't show you that at all. But a better soap, here, I'll just show you Eagle One. Eagle One is really good about this, and you'll see the difference between the watery soap and between Eagle One. So hold on with me a second, guys, while I get the Eagle One out. Where did I put it? There it is. I got too much garbage, guys. Got way too much garbage. So here's Eagle One. When you can actually see it, if you see it from the side, you'll see it's still a little bit blue, because a lot of it's still slimy and it's rolling down the sides. You see how it's blue there on that white background area? It's just slowly running down there. So I do like that a lot. Where the other stuff is just pure water. It's absolute trash. You know, and that's why I like the companies that will work and better themselves. So Melissa came in here earlier. Even Greg, when Greg was in here earlier, I know he's a busy man, but when he first shipped his first car soap out of there, his first car soap I wasn't that impressed with, and I told him it was a little watered down for me. And I wish when next batch that comes out, he'd make it a little bit richer, a little bit thicker, more lubricity. You know what? He went back to the drawing board, sent me another batch, and he said, try this out. Let me know how it works. And it was much better. I had rated solid B plus because he went from like a C to a solid B plus instantly because he listened. And that's all I asked for. You know what I mean? So when these companies will actually listen and do stuff, I love that. I use that on a garage can to keep the coons away. I remember how shy you were on camera years ago. I'm not too shy. It's just that you kind of got to watch what you say and you got to play your cards right. You know, you notice how the bigger YouTubers get away with murder. It seems like out there, and they can say all kinds of just crazy ass stuff, and you're just like, oh my god. And one of my biggest pet peeves from YouTubers is they go from down here where they're just amazing YouTubers. They get so big that they literally quit trying. And they quit sticking to what they always did. Let's say we were doing a detailing video and they were doing all in depth and stuff. Well, now they've got hundreds of thousands of subscribers or a million. They just literally quit, and maybe they go into a different direction. They take their channel literally in a 180-degree direction and stop doing detail videos, and they start doing videos about political events, or let's just say they go way off topic, had nothing to do with detailing. Their channel blew up because of detailing, and now they're going to turn in, well, I'm going to do some political, I'm going to do some other topics about stuff now, or some drama topics. And it's like, well, I never subscribed to you. You would have never been who you were if you made these kind of videos. And I can't stand when channels do that, or they start half-assing their videos because they just think that they're too good and too proud now, and they don't have to worry about working hard anymore. And I can't stand that. Just gets me. So I unsubscribe from so many channels because they do that. Or like the Facebook. You guys know Facebook. You subscribe, you follow and like Facebook groups that you like, and then suddenly the pages that you like are suddenly spamming crap that has nothing to do with that topic that they were even the title of their group is known for. And eventually you have to unfollow that, unlike that page because of it. They just completely change. Eagle One says smells us. Yes, it does. I love Eagle One. I wish they were never bought out because it just seems like their company has kind of floundered since then, where they just kind of stick to their laurels. They're not trying new things like they used to. Energizer Battery is the one who owns Eagle One now, and ever since they were bought out, they don't make anything new anymore. They just sit there and rest on their laurels, and they're just, I think Energizer is just going to milk them until they're dry, and I really think they need to be bought out by a new company that will really let them spread their wings and make really good products again. But I think, yeah, Eagle One, Energizer is just letting them sit there and so they can just milk that paycheck every single day versus really expand. Americans brand, quit car market, while Asians brand, keep marketing. I wouldn't be surprised Ford discounted the Mustang. I will never see Ford get rid of the Mustang. They didn't do it in the past when Chevrolet got rid of the Camaro for all those years, and I don't see them doing it now either. It's too much built in their heritage now that they'll never get rid of it. The same with like a Corvette, getting rid of the Corvette. I don't see it ever happening because that's part of Chevrolet. It's been around for, 50-something years now. I don't see them ever getting rid of it. I think it's a bad mistake. I think another 5 years, maybe 10 years from now, we're going to be in another oil crisis, whatever you want to call it, whether it's a big war or something that happens that drives up prices. I mean, back before Iraq in 2001, you could get gas for like $1.25, $1.50 a gallon. And now look at it, ever since then, it's always been higher. And then what happened when prices went up? Nobody bought SUVs anymore, and everybody scrambled to get those little tiny Ford Aspires, Ford stuff again, because they wanted the small cars with amazing gas mileage. And I think it's going to happen again. It happens about every 20 years, so be ready for it. What do you think about the Meguiar Shampoo NXT? I have never been able to try it out, Brian. We don't have that here in the States. I'd have to order it online, and I've never tried it. Meguiar's Ultimate Car Wash it's okay. A little bit watered down for my taste. It's just not bubbly. Everybody says because of the wax formula. But it's just meh for me. I like the Meguiar's Gold Gloss a lot better. Well, you tried Black Patch, and that's what I played. Dalton, did you watch the video? Dalton, I'm talking to you, Dalton. Did you actually watch the video this week for when I mixed the 4 car soaps together? If you didn't, take a few minutes and watch the video, Dalton. That'll answer your question right away. Hopefully it helps you out. I've been using those Red Mike Fire Class. They really do work great. I really was so impressed by them. So what it was, he's talking about the Chemical Guys ones. I have one over here. Hold on, I'll show it to you guys. So once in a while, Amazon, Chemical Guys, and some of these other companies have some amazing deals. Well, I guess Chemical Guys was trying to get rid of inventory, so they were selling their microfiber towels, these big old suckers here. Okay, they're pretty big. Okay, you see how long they are, and they were selling these for 12 of them for like $12.95 or something like that. I don't know. Maybe it was like $6. I don't know. You can tell me. But either way, it was like $12 for a bunch of these. And these are silk lined. You know, you get the one thick side on the one side and short on the other side. Really, really good deal. And that's what I told him to get, and that's what he's using right now. They come in all different colors. But just the ones that they had on sale were like red and something else. So, and it didn't matter. Color to me doesn't matter. What color my fiber towel is, like, who cares? And but it was just a killer deal, like $12. So I bought 2 packs of those, and I bought 1 pack of they were a different size, I think, and they were like $12 as well. It was a really good deal. Highly impressed. You should try Sonax spray and seal. I would love to, Racer Red. I would love to. I've got to crank out some more videos here. This thing, I've really been wanting to try the Colinite that I bought, the 845. I'm going to try it on the Blue Prelude because I kind of stripped all the wax off there and sealant because I did all those tests on there with like Purple Power, and I tried, what was it, the Meguiar's car wash on there. So I've stripped actually the wax off of the Blue Prelude. So I'm thinking about actually trying that. So we'll see what happens. Those Christmas White Fiber Towels, yeah, for sure, Master. I ain't got no problem with that, Pooh. What if Black Magic made branded water? It would be stellar. Yeah, I could say that, but I would never drink that stuff at all. Oh my God. It's funny because I remember watching some of those YouTube videos, those guys that drive those $1 million cars and they like race across like Cannonball and stuff. Well, Black Magic was one of the sponsors. It was funny as hell. I remember one of the cops that they pulled over, it was, they actually wanted to detail his car, like spray tire shine and stuff on his car, and the cop let him do it, and it was pretty funny after he given him a ticket for it, for speeding in these big Cannonball runs and stuff, and it was pretty crazy, but whatever. I'm just not a big in person impressed with Black Magic. I think you get what you pay for, and for like $2 more and get like Meguiar's Gold Class or one of those other ones brands, why not go with those? The best Mexicans I know right here. The best Mexicans I know. Shout out to Coca-Cola Mexicans. Blue Coral. Those are just as bad. Those are just as bad. You need to try Zano. It's Coral. You need to try Zano. What? Oh, sorry, everything. I actually have the, what did I have? I had something back in the day. It was really good from them. I used Black Butter's Coral and thing. Ugh. I saw Meguiar's Deep Crystal Car Wash Harbor Freight. I wouldn't try it. Oh, it's pretty bad, Aaron. It's pretty bad. I would never try it. Ever tried liquid glass? I think I have it. No, I have liquid luster. I don't have liquid glass. I know the one that comes in the metal tin. I don't have here. I don't have it, but I've heard many of the older gentlemen rant and rave about how good it is, but I've never personally tried it. Zano. Yeah, you don't hear much about Zano anymore. Zymol. I used to love Zymol. From what I understand, Turtle Wax told me they own part of Zymol now. They own part of that company, so that's really cool. Zymol had amazing car wash. Oh my God, and their spray wax. Oh, geez Louise, it was so good. But again, I don't know what happened. Maybe they had some financial problems, but I know Turtle Wax owns part of the company, and now they have the rights to making some of the products now. I learned that from them when I went up there. What do you use on your leather? Funny question, Adam. Literally, I just switched out my son's car seats today, and I got rid of the small baby seat and put in the big Graco seat in there. And it was like the whole back seat was like covered in milk and all kinds of just sprayed up food debris and stuff like that. So I wanted to clean the seats before I put the new big car seat in there for him. And I used Mother's VLR. That's exactly what I used today on it. So VLR stands for vinyl rubber leather, in case you guys don't know. And that's really, really good stuff. Chris Garage Leather Cleaner is good. Have you used Armor All Glass Cleaner? Yes, I have, Ben. It did pretty good from what I remember. No complaints whatsoever. The one thing about glass cleaners is most of them do a pretty good job. The only ones that I would say are stellar that I can always tell you are going to be amazing, it would be Stoner Car Care's Invisible Glass. Absolutely mind-blowing. And Masterson's actually Masterson's Glass Cleaner, because Masterson's Glass Cleaner has a water repellent in there. So I love to use it on my windshield and all around my glass in my car when I clean it, because it helps to repel the water, especially here in the summer where every single afternoon it gets hot and then we have a big thunderstorm every single afternoon. And so I like the water just to be able to roll right off, especially in the heavy thunderstorms. So I love using his glass cleaner. It's really, really good. But I'd say Invisible Glass or that one as well. Going to be out soon. I totally understand, man. We've been on for an hour and a half. I get it, man. Earlier we had 60-something people. A lot of people got to go to bed. I understand. Yeah, I don't know where his glass cleaner is. I thought I have it. Probably fell on the ground somewhere. But it's really, really good. I love it a lot. You should try hyper dressing from Meguiar's. You can even use it on leather. I don't even know where to get that at, so otherwise I would definitely pick it up, Aaron. A lot of people keep asking, when did the 2019 products come out, Chad? They always come out around February. February is when the street date is to start putting them out on the shelf. So you'll see them between February and early March is when all the new products for 2019 come out. As a matter of fact, for 2019, for SEMA, at SEMA, you're going to see all the new 2019 products come out from Meguiar's. They've already said they're going to show it. So if you're interested in Meguiar's, you love a lot of Meguiar's products, they will be at SEMA, and they will be showing their brand new 2019 products at SEMA this year. So make sure you watch a lot of stuff online. Be subscribed to these companies. Again, you got all these major companies that are going to be there. I'm just so sad that I couldn't be there this year. It just didn't work out financially after busting my head open. It was sucked. So next year, I'm definitely going to take time off. I'm definitely going to go out there because I have a lot of great companies who take care of me, and they kept inviting me to go the last 2 years. And this year, I was supposed to go, and it didn't work out. Amazon or detailed image. What do you mean by that? Paul says, I like VLR as you can use it on the whole interior. Yeah, for sure. I used it. It cleaned up all that old, dried up milk and stuff. I let it sit in there for a minute or so, and then I wiped it down. It does really good. I had to go over the seats twice because they had so much caked on food and debris, you know. When I sit there snacking or eating, it just got stuck in there, and I was like, oh, trying to get it all out. But it's all cleaned out now. Her van looks really good in the back seat. The van is still very filthy, but it looks really good in the back seat anyways. Have you tried Mother's polishes? I've tried Mother's or metal polish, if that's what you're asking about, but not actually like a paint polish or anything like that. So that's what you're talking about. Can you buy 303 copper protection at Walmart? No, but you can buy it, the fabric protection at AutoZone, Advanced Auto Parts, and stuff like that. It'll come in a blue bottle. You cannot miss it. You can either buy it, you can buy it in a big white bottle, or it comes in like a blue bottle. I don't know exactly where I have mine at, but it's called 303 Fabric Guard. There's nothing better I've used. Seriously, nothing better. I've been pouring rain in or at Disney World, and we put the top back over my son's stroller, and it completely just, the water just falls off it. It's so nice, keeps my son dry. I have it on my motorcycle jacket, which helps repel the water. Literally, this motorcycle jacket right here, I completely soaked it. I made a video about it back in the day, and I poured a whole bottle of water, the entire bottle of water in it, and just held it. It was so cool. It was like a pool of water and never soaked through. It is just such a great product. Highly recommended. What is the best no sling tire shine glossy? Ooh, the problem is usually the glossier it gets, the more it's going to sling. Okay, I just want you to understand that because aerosol cans are very good, but they will sling. If I had to tell you one aerosol can for a super bright shine that you shouldn't get much sling off of, would be Grillo's Garage. It is absolutely stellar. I'll show it to you here in a second. Let me try and get it out for you, and I'll show it to you. That way you can know exactly what to go buy. Bear with me. I've got to move something to get to it. Whoa. And I still drop stuff. Anyways, this right here. This will make your tires look like they're just straight water. It's just so bright and shiny. It's really good. It won't sling as bad. It might sling a little bit, but what I recommend to anybody who uses the aerosol can, let it sit there for a little while first, and then like let it sit an hour or so, let it completely dry all the way through, and then go ahead and start driving your car. But that stuff is it's really, really good. The sling should be a lot lower than normal, but you let it dry first. Let it completely dry through. You don't want to just be spraying on and drive it off right away. That's when you will get the sling. Have you tried Meguiar's Fast Finish? Of course I have, Brian. Stellar product. Easy to use. Highly recommended. I think it's like $14 or $15 here in the United States, but absolutely amazing. Amazing product for what it is. Super easy to use. I actually have the box right here for you, brother. I'll show you, Brian. See? So you guys see, I literally spend... I bet I spend $1,000 a year in products. Maybe not that quite $1,000 in products because some of my products are sent to me, as you guys know. But I always do tell you that in the videos. If these companies send them to me to try them out, then I tell you that. Nobody's paying me to do it, but I will tell you straight up, hey, this company sent this to me to try out. And that's just the way it goes. What can I use for chrome aluminum metal polish? Brian, something I always use all the time would be the Mother's polish. It comes in a little tub. It's about $5 at Walmart. Or the Eagle One. Either one of those two. Eagle One is called, it's a wadding. It's Never Dull, I think it's what it's called. It comes in a silver tin. It's also about $5. It's really, really good. Either one of those works really good. The wadding paper polish comes out of the Eagle One. You just kind of like pull off a piece and you use that little piece on there. It's stellar. But if you just want like a cream and use a microfiber to it, the Mother's does a really, really good job. Highly recommended. They're about $5 each. My favorite Mother's Speed Shine. Speed Shine is pretty good. I love... If you try Grillo's Garage Best of Show Detailer, your mind will be like, it's just amazing, mind-blowing. You should make a video of you redlining GTR. Why would I want to redline GTR? I don't want to hurt my car. When the next video? I'm hoping for sometime this week. I gotta tell you, Jacob, I've been lazy lately. Um, as you guys know, I've always been a big video game person, and the new Call of Duty came out. If you guys play any video games, and they have a new battle royale mode like Fortnite and PUBG. It's called Blackout. Well, all I did is literally play that every night until like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning. Well, then now Red Dead Redemption 2 was out. I bought that one, and I've been playing that a little bit at night. And, of course, that's a big game. So by the time I woke up, it's like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But I'm like, oh. By then, you're starting to get a little bit of shade from the trees and stuff blocking the video. So I got to make sure I start getting up. I tried to get up today, but my son made me stay up all night long with him. And my wife woke me up at 3:30, told me I have to watch him. So I had to watch him till 8 something this morning. It sucked. Where do I find your cruise videos? Just look up. I don't have a lot of cruise videos per se, but I usually show the rooms that we're in right now and stuff like that. Paul, just look up Niche79, Niche79. Just all you need to look up. That's exactly what has all my cruise stuff on it, and you'll see it every time we go on a cruise. I put it on the room walkthrough video, or like a room tour video. I do that every single time. You'll be able to see that. It's generally what I put up. I don't put up too much other stuff on that channel. Have you heard of Optimum Product? They're popular and is known for their own. I've heard of them, but I've never actually tried any of their products. Actually, Aaron, I'm sorry about that. I haven't tried their products, but yes, I've definitely heard of them. Oh, finally, there's my Masterson's car wash. I've been looking for that. Go figure. We were talking about how watery some of the other stuff is. Check this out. You'll actually see how slow it goes down the side. Look at it. Like, I don't know if you can see that pink is slowly going down. Again, when he first sent me this stuff from Masterson's, it was pretty watered down. It was really reminding me of a lot of Chemical Guys. Again, it was one of his first products he'd ever put out after he left Chemical Guys and actually designed it on his own. And I told him, I said, it's just too watered down. There's a reason why people don't like Chemical Guys stuff. I was like, can you use something? Can you make it a little thicker, more lubricity, more suds? And he did, and they went back, and he definitely took it from a C product to a solid B+ product. Maybe not the 100% the best I've ever used, but I liked the fact that he listened and he went back and he made his products a lot better. And now, after everybody kept asking about when he got a gallon size, he just made it this week, announced them, and showed it. He is now producing gallon size of his products, which is really, really nice, especially for like the spray wash. Oh my God, his waterless wash is stellar. Detailer is stellar. His glass cleaner is stellar. Those are when you really want the gallon size, because you don't want to keep ordering bottle after bottle. Somebody's having fun with a sport bike down the street. Holy crap! I can hear it. Somebody's just hauling ass right now. I'm like, whoa! You hear it going way down the street. I'm like, oh yeah, that's the fun thing. But sport bikes, if you've never ridden a motorcycle, there's no way to describe it. There's so much freedom. You're in the air, you're in the elements, you can get between traffic a lot faster, you can zip around traffic, you can get to work a lot faster wherever you got to go. It's a different feeling. And then once you get up to a full super sport bike, there's very few cars out there in the market that if you just hit the gas, that's going to keep up with a sport bike. It's hard to explain how fast they are. And where inside you're like in the elements, in the thing, so you don't really feel any wind or anything in here. On the motorcycle, you can actually feel the wind hitting you, and you feel you're out there in the elements. You feel it's a lot more risky, okay, because you know the danger involved with riding a motorcycle versus being in a car. It's going to protect you a lot more. It's a different world, and it gives you a different feeling, like a high feeling, you know what I mean? And I just love riding the motorcycles. It really is I've been doing like 100 something down the street before here, and then you go from lean down to sit up. Boy, you can feel that wind. It's like hitting the parachute. When the parachute goes out, you can feel like holy crap, and it suddenly starts slowing you down pretty good. It's a thrilling feel, because at doing 100 and something in the car, okay, yeah, you're moving, but doing 100 on something on a sport bike, you go down on a sport bike 100 something miles an hour, it's a different world. You're not going to have a good day if you even survive, especially if you hit something. So it's not a good time. Well, you test out the new finished Rapid Shine I sent you on the section of the Prelude. The Rapid Shine, are we talking about the one that you sent me before that I've already tested? Is that the one you're asking about? What's the product for tomorrow? Nothing right now, Aaron. I was being really lazy this week. I was really playing a lot of video games, and I kind of stayed up too late. It was like 5 o'clock before I go to bed every night, so I was waking up at like 2:33, and by then it was like already starting to get cloudy. As you guys know, in the fall, the sun goes down earlier. Well, it gets behind all the big oak trees in front of my house, and it was blocking the cars really bad. Have you ever tried Miracle Time Chime? I think I have. Let me show it to you, just so we know we're on the same level here. And I want to make sure. Is it this one right here, brother? This? If it's this one, I have it. They actually did really good. I'm actually, back in the day, I used to be actually right on their main website. If you went to his website, I was the actual first video on it. So yeah, this is actually a really good stuff. Highly recommended there. A little bit harder to find, but really, really good product. Solid product all around. I was wondering if you could do a longevity test. Actually, what I've been planning on doing, Dalton, is I've been actually going to try some of these other products on that car. And I was going to put the Colonite 845 on there and actually test out the Colonite on there. I've seen people on YouTube wash their car with shampoo. Why would you use just shampoo for washing your car? That's kind of weird. It's nuts. How many tires does it recommend? How many times is it recommended? You can usually polish your car many times, because you're literally, when you're taking polish and you're actually removing the paint, all you're removing is the clear coat off of it, and you're only doing that at micron levels at a time. So we're talking under a microscope can tell how much your paint you're actually taking off. And remember, you're only removing the clear coat. You're not actually removing the actual color of the coat at all, because all cars nowadays have clear coat. So that's all you're removing. You're removing that clear layer of paint. You're not actually removing the actual color. So you'll be just fine. You can do it tons of times before you actually have to be worried about it. Now, when you get into the pro level, the very high-end detailing end of it, the guys that are doing these exotics and stuff, and they're doing some really high-end, they actually have the tools to measure the depth of the paint, and they can test it at different areas of the paint, and they know how much room they have to deal with. If a car has been really abused in the past, they know they can only go down to a certain level of it before they can't go any lower. And, you know, these are very, very high-end detailing stuff. They have paint gauges that will actually tell you the depth. So, you know, that's just the way it goes. And you can actually tell if a car's been repainted that way as well, because let's say you test it on the front panel, the hood, maybe the top, and you're like, okay, the average around between 1 or 2 or 3 microns, and then you touch the side of the door, and that bitch is off by like 15 microns. You know immediately that this has been repainted. And, you know, because maybe the paint's a lot thicker over here, it hasn't been polished as much or cleaned as much, so it's a lot thicker. You can tell instantly if the car has been repainted that way, because it's like, man, from the outside it looks good, but then you actually see it and you're like, oh, there might be some body damage in this somewhere, and maybe it has some damage, had to be repainted. These are ways that the high-end pros will actually test the paint. But for the average Joe consumer like us out here, you don't have to worry about that. You shouldn't. You'll be fine. What tire shine do you use? I use all kinds. I use literally all kinds. I think what's on here right now, it's worn off now for the most part, but it's Meguiar's Ultimate Tire Shine. But I probably have 30 or 40 different tire shines. I've flipped between all of them. I never ever locked into one at any given time. Dalton, I understand, man. Enjoy your night. Thanks so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it, as always. What do you recommend for a good wax? At this point now, I would definitely say waxes are kind of a has-been type product. I would say you should really start looking into a sealant. Sealant is the future. It lasts far longer than any wax out there, unless you want to go to a ceramic coating. Ceramic coating then lasts a lot longer, but it's more expensive. Sealant's around $30. If you catch them on sale, you might be able to get them for a lot cheaper. As a matter of fact, Stoner Car Care on Amazon has their Visible Shine Sealant, $19.99. It lasts so much longer than any wax out there. I'd highly recommend going with a sealant from now on. You're going to be impressed. You're not going to have to worry about waxing it every couple months. It'll last 10 months to a full year before you have to apply it. It's just so much easier to apply as well. It's easier to remove. It's the future. It really is the future, unless you want to go all the way up to the car ceramic sealing. If you're going to go ceramic, then it's a different deal. Then you would need more work needs to be done to it, and it usually costs more. Clicked on the video, and it said, how to make your car shine, and they literally just use dish soap. Oh, you know, and that's what's happened. They're using like clickbait videos. I see a lot of channels that use clickbait videos. It doesn't matter if it's in car detailing or anything else, but there's a lot of like clickbait videos out there, and that kind of stuff drives me nuts. You'll notice in every one of my videos, I literally show exactly the product I'm going to be used, and that might have something else on the side written on the side of it, but it literally just shows the product I'm going to be using. There's no like clickbait thumbnail. There's nothing crazy. You know exactly what you're about to get into before you even click on my videos. I'm very truthful with stuff. I will tell you how it is. I either like it, I don't like it. This is what they need to work on. If it is bad, this is what I like about the products. And I just try and tell it how it is. And then, hey, that's my 2 cents. You can watch 10 other videos on the product, and then you can decide for yourself. It's up to you. One best sealant is Stoner. Yes, Stoner Car Care's Visible Shine Sealant is stellar. You can pick it up on Amazon right now. I think it's $19.99. Amazing price. That stuff was on my white Prelude for about 11 months before it wore off. 11 months. before it finally started wearing off. Highly recommend. $19.99. Give them a shot. I want to make sure you guys get really good products for not having to blow too much money. Could you make a video on how I plan to, Brian, actually have the ceramic coating, but I just need time. When you do ceramic coating, you got to understand you're locking that in for a year, 2 years, maybe 5 years, depending on what type of ceramic you have. So before I'm going to put ceramic on this car, I want to have it every little damn swirl gone. You know, you want to have it absolute perfection. And so for me to have that much time, I need a time off. Now, thankfully, I was supposed to be on vacation this week here coming up, but my job asked me on Friday. They said, look, we already have 3 guys off. Would you mind taking the week after unless you're doing something? I said, well, the only thing I was planning on was doing a Halloween trick-or-treating with my son on Wednesday. He said, you can have an option day for that all day long. We don't care, but we're going to be a little short-staffed if you take it off. It's up to you, but if you can wait one more week, then you'll have 2 weeks off in a row, and it's up to you. You can do that. And I said, all right, I'll do that then for him. So I have 2 weeks off starting next week. I'll have 2 weeks off in a row, so I'm planning on getting that done. It's just that I have to watch my son now, and that really takes up a lot of time. You know what I mean? It's not like I don't want to do it. It's just that you need time, and I have to be at home. I have to be there. What I do is I leave the door open here so I can hear him. If he gets up, he can come outside whenever he wants, and he can come and go as he pleases. But I obviously don't want to let a 2-year-old just do what he wants to, or just, and not keep an eye on him. If you get the blue Prelude repainting, just ceramic coat it. Yes, I will definitely ceramic coat it if I won't even just clear bra the thing. One thing I've noticed that, now I will tell you this, the blue Prelude, I used to drive that thing all over the country. So that's why it has so many rough paint missing areas around like the mirrors and like the whole front nose, it's all chipped up. Because I used to drive it. I drove it all the way to Texas. I've been to the Florida Keys with it. I've been to New York with it. I've been to Canada with that car. I've been to Illinois several times with it. I used to drive it to Georgia at least once a month to go visit my wife when we were dating. That car has so many miles on it. I would say it's like almost 200,000 now. That it's just got eaten up in the front. So I don't know if I'll ceramic coat it or actually, put a clear bra on it. We'll see when that time comes, but I agree that definitely we'll spend the money, because after spending that, because it's going to cost thousands of dollars. There's no doubt. It's probably $4,000 or $5,000 to have the rust cut out properly and have it painted top to bottom properly, make it look like it was brand new. And I will not cheap out on it because it's a car I never plan to get rid of. The white car, I don't care. I'm going to put one of those cheap, like $1,000, $2,000 paint jobs on it when I get it back here soon, but I don't care as much about it. But the blue one, I want it done 100% right, so I'm willing to spend the money. My dad and I are looking for our first power washer. Any good one? I use Generac. Generac pressure washer is what I honestly have. It's right there. So that's what I use in my videos. I looked up several different reviews and from different sites. They all had 5-star reviews. Every single company that every place was selling it. It starts up the first time every time. If it doesn't, I check the oil or check the gas. Sometimes I've let the gas get too low, and that's why I didn't want to start up. So I had to put gas in it, and then suddenly it started up right away. And I was like, oops, forgot. And I would definitely recommend them. Generac, they make pressure washers. They also make generators, backup generators, and they're really, really good at making good quality motors. I would say buy one of those. Highly recommended. If it's gas, all day long. People don't understand how much of our time and attention is taken. Dude, it's so bad when you have a kid. You don't get to do near the things you want to right now. As a matter of fact, I have laundry in the dryer right now, and I have wash that just finished. I heard a buzz a little while ago. I've got to switch the laundry out, hang the laundry up, and then let the other dryer start to go on, dry the other clothes. And that's what I still got to do tonight, because I do remember, because my wife was a doctor, we had an agreement a long time ago that I would not go out and deliver full-time anymore. So what I do is I'm supposed to take care of the house. That means I do the dishes, I take the trash out, I do the laundry, I take care of the outside of the house, mowing it and everything like that. I pay all of the bills online, then I watch my son. So on top of that, now I'm going to make YouTube videos for you guys and still work evenings. So it really does, for a while there, especially in the spring and the summer when I was really booming and the channel was like 1,000 subscribers or more a month. That's when I was literally putting in 20 plus hours a week just in the YouTube channel. And that's why a lot of these guys are working 50, 60, 70 hours a week on their YouTube channels. Yeah, they got 1 million subscribers, but they literally have zero life. I'm like, dude, is that really worth it in the end? I'm doing it for fun, thankfully, but these guys are having to do it for their job to pay their bills. But we had agreed on that a long time ago that when we had kids that things would have to change. And that's when, you know, it definitely slows you down because you got to be a parent before you're anything else. Good stuff. Good stuff. As a matter of fact, I'm looking right now. It's just past 12 o'clock at night. I see we've been on for an hour and 48 minutes. What I'm going to do here is we're going to wrap this up at exactly 2 hours. So let's do another 11, 12 minutes of questions, and then I'm going to go ahead and get inside and watch them because I guarantee my wife's probably already getting to bed. I also have to finish the laundry in the dryer, and so I've got to keep an eye on him now that she's going to be going to bed. So let's wrap this up in about another 10, 12 minutes, and then we'll call it a night. And then hopefully tomorrow I can get out here because I really want to do. I'm going to show this to you guys real quick. I'm going to flip the camera around, and I really want you to see what's going on there. Check it out. So the car's been sitting here for almost 3 weeks, guys. So it's got dust and debris, bugs typical get in the garage and they die. Look at this. Look at this. We got these like bugs that are like dying and like falling all over the car. You guys see this stuff? Look at them all. So I'm actually going to clean the car. Just use the new wax shop, the new company. I'm actually going to use it. I mean, you get these dead bugs and stuff that just die and they're, get trapped in the garage and they're attracted to the light and they get all over the car. I drove it maybe 40 miles and so my whole car is covered with these little bugs. So I'm going to go ahead and blow it off first, blow them off. And then I'm going to come back with some actual just not turtle wax, God, why am I saying that? The wax shop. I don't know why I said that. The wax shop's new detail spray that I got in from them and actually try their detail spray and make a video. Maybe I can get it out for you tomorrow. Maybe it'll be a Tuesday video. We'll see what happens. But that's my game plan. And then I actually want to try the Colinite 845 on my blue car. But that means I gotta prep the blue car up for some stuff. So we'll see what happens here. But just to give you an idea of some of the things I'm working on. Hey, what's up, AJ? How you doing, buddy? We're going to be shutting it down here in a little bit. So, AJ, if you have any last-minute questions, feel free to ask. I'm probably going to get off here in about 10 minutes. I got to get inside and finish doing laundry and then take care of my son. Love Foam Fridays. Thanks so much. I really appreciate that. A lot of you guys always loved them. You kept asking for different types of things for me to try them. So I'm always glad to listen to you guys. And I'm so happy that I get to have fun with you guys and just try this stuff. It really, it's fun. Doing YouTube is a lot of fun. If I get a paycheck from them to help pay for all the products I use, 2 thumbs up, because I spend so much money every year on products. If I don't, it's not the end of the world for me. So thankfully, the channel's gotten big enough where I usually get a check every month from YouTube, and that helps offset all the costs of the products that I've bought through the year. I mean, sometimes I'll go in there and spend, $150, $200 in one purchase buying a bunch of products from one company. And so that's why YouTube does help offset all these costs. So that's really, really good for me. Have you ever mixed different soaps? Ben, did you not see my video? Did you not just see my video from what was it, Friday? Yeah, dude, you got to check out that last video, Ben. Go check it out. Let me know what you think about it. I had a lot of fun, and hopefully you enjoyed it as well. For sure, CJ. CJ, he just didn't know, buddy. He just didn't know. It's okay. It's okay. We're here to have fun, and everybody's learning. We're having a good time. You know what I'm saying? But it is funny when you literally just have these questions asked, and it's like, did you guys not see the recent videos? But no, seriously, go check it out. Ben, a lot of people were asking me about it, and I mixed 4 different car soaps, and I put it in straight car soap in the foam cannon. No water added to see if it would work or not. So hopefully you do take a few minutes there, check it out, and be kind enough to leave me a nice little thumbs up. I always do love it when you get to see there. When I see tons and tons of thumbs up, that means you guys were appreciative, you were happy that you saw it, and you were glad to see it. So I'm like, when I see lots of thumbs up, I'm like, hey, you know what? You guys are happy that I spent a few minutes making these videos, so it means something to me. It's not like I'm getting paid for doing it, but it's just like my payment to me from you guys. It's like, yeah, thumbs up. It means I did something right. Best of Show spray wax. I haven't even used it, dude. I really need to go buy that stuff. I 100% agree with you. I need to buy it. I love their Best of Show detailer. It was probably the best detailer I've ever used. Dang, I haven't used it yet, and I'm sorry about that. But I will definitely be buying that some stuff. I cannot wait for vacation. Again, I was so hyped up this whole last week thinking I was going to be on vacation. But then he talked to me on Friday, the manager of my boss did, and he said, look, I've got 3 guys off next week. He's like, if you're gone, we're going to be really short-handed. He said, I know you didn't really have anything planned. He's like, would you mind bumping it back a week? He's like, you've already been paid for the week. So he's like, I don't have to change their pay or anything. But he's like, it's up to you if you would take another week off. So I'm like, let me go see. I said, well, I need Halloween off. I'm going to go trick-or-treating with my son. He said, that's totally fine. You can take Wednesday off. No problem whatsoever. But he's like, if you can come in the rest of the week, then he's like, the week after, you can have vacation the week after instead because I don't have anybody on. And then technically you're going to have 2 weeks in a row because I have the next week off on top of that. So I was like, sure, I'll do that for you. So we're going to work it out because I thought I was going to get a lot of videos done this week, do a lot of yard work, trimming up and stuff. But you know what? Sometimes you got to help the team, and that's my way of helping the team. I understand He's always been really cool with me. Lets me come in late every day. He understands I have to wait for my wife and the work thing. So I come in 15, 20 minutes late every day, and I work hard. I get my stuff done, and I get out of there early. So he doesn't care. So he needs a hookup like that once in a while. I'll hook him up. Only thing I really wanted it for anyways was trick or treat, because I knew I wasn't going to go to SEMA. That's why I took it off, because of SEMA and for Halloween. And now that I'm not going to be in SEMA, it was kind of pointless for me not to. So if he's asking for me to help him out, I'll help the guy out. He's a really nice supervisor. McGuire's Hot Wheel Cleaner is really good. Yeah, it's decent. Have a good night. Thanks for the tips. Thanks so much, Brian, for stopping by. I really do appreciate it, man. I know you're down there in Panama, but if any of your friends that are really good English speaking down there and they want to watch some videos and hang out, point them in my way. I'd love to have some more friends down there from down south. We're actually, as a matter of fact, Brian, we're looking at like next March, April to take a cruise from South America that goes all through the Panama Canal and then ends in Miami. It's like a 16-day cruise on Norwegian, and that will be my first time going through the Panama Canal. And I know it for a fact it stops in Panama, so that should be a lot of fun. I've never been down to South America before. I've been to Europe, I've been to Alaska, I've been to Canada, but I've never been to South America, so it should be a lot of fun. You ever tried out Colonite? Yeah, I definitely want to. Maybe I'll be able to get that done this week. I know for a fact you have to kind of warm it up and heat it up. Otherwise, it's just too thick and hard to use. So we'll see what happens. Definitely am interested in doing it, though, for sure. And I want to put it on the Prelude. Again, I'm using the Purple Power, and I used the Meguiar's. I stripped all the wax that I had on it from the HD Speed. HD Speed has a wax in it, the Monton wax. And, well, it stripped it all off, obviously. So when it rains and stuff, I can see it, and it's not beating up anymore. I'm like, yep, I stripped all the wax off. But, that's what I do. Some people probably be mad that they stripped the wax off. They spend all those hours, putting wax on, maybe an hour or two putting the wax on. To me, it's just like, you know what? It's no big deal. I do it for you guys, and it just gives me a new opportunity to put more wax on it, try some more wax on and see how I feel about it, the way it's being applied and what it looks like afterwards. That's the way I think of it as. I don't think of it like, oh, now I got to go back and do it again. It's just, oh, well, another day, no dollar. Kim Guys Blazing Brain. It smells really good, Ben, but it doesn't last. That's the problem. I do have it. I agree it smells really good, but it just doesn't last for a spray wax. Within one or two washes, it's all gone. It really just isn't that great overall. So being a spray wax, it's fine, but it's definitely not the best I've ever tried. As a matter of fact, the new wax shop here, I'll show it to you real quick, buddy. This spray wax right here. This is called the Wax Shop. Oh my God, it is nuts how much water repellent was in there. And I soaked it. If you just take a minute, Ben, go watch that video. I did it probably about 3 weeks ago now. Take a minute and watch it. It's a spray wax from them. Mind blowing. Absolutely, you can see me. I did a 50-50 right down the middle where I didn't apply the spray wax to one side and I left the other side like with spray wax. The results are night and day. It is so damn good. Love this stuff. Absolutely love it. So I definitely say go check that out as well. And it smells just like cherry. For some reason, I guess their company's smell that they're going with is cherry, and it smells so good. I love it. Oh, well, that's just me. That's just me. I can't wait to try their detail spray because I'm going to try it tomorrow maybe on GTR. We'll see what happens because they said they watched their – the funny thing is they're a new branch of the company, and they really want to get their name out there. And he said they all watched my videos, and they had a great time watching them because I had a lot of fun, and I was just – absolutely blown away by the products they were putting out. Many times these newer companies aren't, let's just say, the best. They've got to get their feet wet, and they're trying to make good quality products. But when I tried theirs, I was just like, oh, this stuff is stellar. All their products I've tried is just mind-blowing. So it's so good, and it makes you so happy when you see how good the results were. So, what can I say? The Panama Canal is very good. Yeah, for sure, Brian. I think it starts in Santiago, Chile, and then works its way up to like Uruguay, Ecuador, and then I think it goes through the Panama Canal, and then it stops either Panama, and then I think Colón, Panama is it, and then it goes up from there all the way to Miami. So it's a 16-day cruise. I've never been on a cruise that long. I've been on 10-day cruises before, but I've never done a 16-day cruise. It's 2 weeks long, and so it starts in Santiago, Chile, and ends in Miami. So it would be perfect for us because we can literally just drive down somewhere and then or whatever, and I'm just like, that'd be awesome because we've been everywhere in the Caribbean. We're going on another cruise here in a couple weeks on Disney in the Caribbean. We've been on 26 cruises, so we've been everywhere in the Caribbean. We've been to Alaska a couple times, been to Canada now a couple times, been to the Mexican Riviera a few times out of LA. So we've done all that stuff. So getting to do new things for us is a lot of fun. So that's what we're looking at. I think it leaves around like March 30th. And it gets here like April 15th or something. So it's a long cruise, but I think it should be a lot of fun. How do you clean your door jams? Easily with regular. You can easily use detailer, or you can actually use I used whatchamacallit, like a spray cleaner, like a waterless wash. Either way, you can use your detailer or you can use a waterless wash. A lot of times what I do is I actually just spray it into a microfiber towel and then run my hands over the thing here. Let me show you real quick. I know this is not like your typical car because the GTR doesn't have top door sills. So let's just say, hypothetically, a typical door has the typical metal around here and has a seal. So what I would do is I actually soak the actual rag, let's just say, I grab onto like the rubber trim and all that stuff, and then I just drag it all the way over like this, clean it all the way out that way, and just rub off any excess. And then I have, obviously, with door jambs down here, I do the same thing. I just wet it down, and I just wipe it down with door jambs. That's all I do. It's really, really simple. Again, door jambs usually don't get too dirty, so it's okay, especially if you just clean it once in a while. But that's all I do. That's all I do, man. Just tried the Wax Shop product. Dude, Rick, thanks so much. Dude, I had no idea. I was so shocked when I tried their products. You know, like when I tried Voodoo Ride, very nice people, by the way, very nice guys to deal with over there. Their products just aren't that good. They're pretty low end right now. And they told me, they all sat and watched my videos and the reviews, and they took notes on what to work on. I said, look, I'll be glad to try way more. Funny thing is, they never sent me any products. They sent me the banner and they sent me some other stuff, but I bought all the products myself from the auto store, and I just wasn't impressed. And I had to give them a fair review on that. I said, look, guys, I'll be more than willing to try new products, but these are what I'm finding that's wrong with them. And very nice people, but they were just there. But when the new Wax Shop came along, I said, hey, would you try our stuff? And I'm like, okay, sure, I'll try it. And then I was just like, oh my dear Lord, it was just so stinking good. That's why I've asked them, I said, please send me some sample bottles, please, so I can give them away during live streams. I really want to. He just has to wait. So I talked to a brand manager is what happens, and he has to talk because they're such a new company. They don't have lots of extra stuff to just give away like that right now as they're building it up. And so he's talking about sending sample bottles, like, 3-ounce sample bottles or whatever, and sending those out. And I'm like, that's fine, whatever. Just let me give them out to my subscribers in a giveaway, so that way more and more subscribers can try it out and get the word out if it's a good company or not. Because I was just absolutely blown away by the quality of what they made there. So it was really good to see. Jet sealed. Yep. I jet sealed. This car was fully jet sealed when I first bought it. Really good stuff. I got to go to bed. I totally understand, man. Thanks very much for stopping by. As a matter of fact, we're just at the 2-hour mark right now, so I'm going to go ahead and hit inside. I've got to go take care of my 2-year-old son. I know he's going to be awake all night long, so I'll probably play like Red Dead Redemption 2 or some maybe Call of Duty Blackout. But thanks so much for bearing with me in my lazy weeks off here. I do get out some videos, but I'm just not at the hype my speed normally was because I'm addicted to video games once in a while. And I got to admit it, this time of year when the new video games come out, I like to play them. And if I really like the games, I play a lot of them. And that means I stay up too late at night. So don't worry. I love you guys. I still answer the comments. I had to take a break, so that's the way it went down. So hopefully tomorrow I'm going to wake up, get this thing wiped down with the new Wax Shop's detail spray. I really want to try Colonite maybe this week on the actual Prelude. We'll see what happens. But I want to thank everybody for stopping by. Again, we had started here we had 60-something people online streaming right now. And 2 hours later, we still have 24. So, that's all I got to say is that I have some of the best subscribers out there. And I'm trying to get more and more products given to me so that way I can give them out in future giveaways. I still am going to be doing the 25,000 subscriber giveaway. I'm going to go on AutoGeek probably and just buy a gift card for like $100 and do a big old giveaway like that. And let you guys just buy whatever the heck you guys want to buy with their gift cards. So, we'll go from there. But keep a lookout for that here in the future. But thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. I love hanging with you guys on Sunday nights. And gives me just one more way to reach out and touch to you guys without personally running into you guys. So thanks so much for being a part of my channel. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you guys at the very next video. Remember to share my videos if you like them. Share them to your friends. We're eventually going to get up there like 30,000 or more. So let's just keep having fun and keep cleaning our cars. That's all it is about. So take care. I'll see you all next Sunday. Take care.